What's up, gamers? We're back in Hinamizawa with Higurashi. No Nakukoru ni Higurashi when they cry. Which one are we playing? Minagoroshi. Everyone. Something. Whatever Goroshi is. Rika is not doing well. Last we left off. She has completely given up. But it seems like that actually did something, so maybe giving up was what you were supposed to do. I don't know. She's given up before, and nothing has changed, but she gives up now, and something's off. It's a miracle, you could say. We start off. Let's freaking go. I believe in her. I believe in her. She can save everyone. She can save them all. Wow. So peaceful. Everything is good and right with the world. Oh my god. So a game is happening, yes. I love that they put the spooky sound effect in, even when nothing super insane is happening. It was a very humid day. Not even a slight breeze was blowing. It had been an unpleasant summer, one that wasn't only hot, but swelteringly so. There were various articles of clothing hung out to dry in the messy apartment windows, but the lack of wind evoked an impression far removed from coolness. In fact, it only felt more oppressive. There were crooked houses and apartments lining the narrowing, twisted road. In addition, there were planters and flower pots whose contents were beginning to rot, as well as bicycles and cars on the sides of the road, making it even more cramped, more oppressive, and all the more sweltering. Nobody who was in this place at this time was visiting it voluntarily, but in spite of what everyone might expect, a single motorcycle came rolling in. The motorcycle stopped in front of a two-story apartment, one that could hardly be called neat, even as flattery. A man, fairly old and wrinkled, stepped off. When a nearby housewife hanging out the laundry noticed him, she called out, "Well, hello there. It's quite hot today again, isn't it?" "Oh, you got that right. Feel like I'm gonna boil out here." Who are these people? Suddenly, I got goosebumps all over my body. I felt like something bad was about to happen, for no reason. Everyone gets this feeling in a different way. Some people get a twitch in their eyelids, some kind of movement in their ears. In my case, I get goosebumps. Satoko was supposed to be cooking— Wait a second. Am I repeating? Did I not save last time, or is this— What? Huh. Did I not save? Yeah, maybe I didn't save. Huh. I started to go grocery shopping. Yeah, okay. Maybe I didn't save. Because this is insane. Satoko wasn't home. Yeah, Satoko, you know. Yeah, I didn't save? Okay, apparently I did save. Happy birthday? What do you mean happy birthday? It's October 17th. How's it? It's not my— What? I appreciate it, I'll take it. It's skipping because I forgot to save. So, crazy how that happened. How did I forget to save? I don't know. Maybe some... I think it was just so crazy. What happened last time is that I forgot to save. I'm no longer bound to a calendar. That means every day is my birthday, every day is your birthday, every day is everyone's birthday. Yippee, yippee, woohoo! Good thing I caught this thing a little bit early. So we didn't have to go through every single thing again. Okay, perfect. Now, save. Perfect. Alright, now we get to some new stuff. Did I view this tip? I did. I don't want to view it again. He's terrible and horrible and I freaking hate him. Okay, now we continue. Actually continue for real this time. Damn it. Why did she do that? It's about what I expected. Miyun called me in the middle of the night. Social worker went to Satoko's house tonight after getting a call from the school. They had a talk with Satoko and her uncle. He told them that Satoko didn't go to school today because of a cold. He also claimed that he didn't call the school because he didn't have the number. He explained that he spoke with Chie-sensei politely, and that she just misunderstood his behavior. Satoko didn't really talk, but she never denied what her uncle was saying. So she said there's no abuse and that she doesn't need any help? Yes. Satoko has always thought that her brother disappeared because she kept relying on him. That's why. She thinks she needs to handle it on her own without seeking anyone's help. It's ridiculous. According to the social worker, she didn't have any obvious injuries, so they think this isn't an urgent case. Seems that she's being fed, and she has a place to sleep, too. Shouldn't that be a given? Are you saying it's not abuse as long as she has something to eat and somewhere to sleep? That's how they view it, at least. In some cases, people refuse to even let the social worker come inside the house. Just because they were able to talk with her uncle tonight, they determined that it wasn't urgent. So after all that, they put her case on hold? I bet Shion is disappointed. Yeah. Just like how Satoko refuses to seek anyone's help because of Satoshi, Shion is also trying desperately to save Satoko because of him. She seems calm now, though, even though she's very upset. I know this isn't the time for complaining, but where the hell did Satoshi go? His sister is in danger. I have no idea where he is. I know. I'm sorry. I was hoping that he would save her if he came back. But it's a waste of time to think about that. I can't hope for someone else to save her. We're the only ones who will. That's right. I'm hoping that it's us, Rika, talking to her, but I don't know. Could be Keiichi. Whose POV are we? We have to do what we can. Cause like, Rika, she kind of broke, so she's acting like she doesn't usually act. You know. I'm impressed with the power of the Sonozaki family, though. You have that information from the social worker already. You must have a spy in the center. That's a national secret. So you know someone who knows a lot about the center? Did they give you any idea of what we should do next? Well, I was advised to just stay calm and see what happens. What the hell? Yeah, okay, that's not Rika. Rika wouldn't say that. What the hell? This has to be Keiichi. Little Miss Vampy's TV time! Yay! Yeah, that's what this is. Vampy's wonderful Higurashi adventure. Did you talk to them about the situation she's in right now? Her uncle's locking her up and he's abusing her. Why should we just kick back and see what happens? Well, Kei-chan, this is not my opinion, okay? I'm just telling you what I was told by my contact. Yeah, this is okay. See, it is true that Satoko didn't show up at school today, but it's just one day. It's not like she's been absent for weeks or months. We can't really deny the possibility that she has a cold. But she's being abused. You're saying that we should stay calm while she's being physically and emotionally harmed? Wait a minute, Kei-chan. That's the whole point. We're concerned because we know what happened to her last year. But she wasn't hurt yesterday or today. That we know of. Yes, she was. I can't really prove if she's being abused or not. She may not have a bruise on her body yet, but it's only a matter of time. Besides, isn't it abuse to force her to come back and live with him? Remember what we were talking about at school? It's normal for a legal guardian to take in the child under their custody. Can't definitely say that it's abuse yet. I mean, considering what happened last year, you could say that it is. But we have to do something before it happens. Sorry for yelling at you. I knew that wasn't Mion's opinion, but I felt like she was telling me that, and I raised my voice. When I sensed her dismay, I quickly apologized. I explained to my contact what happened to Satoko last year. The last year's case was resolved by waiting it out, too. Last year's abuse only stopped because of the fourth curse, right? It's not like the Child Consultation Center resolved it. Still, either way. Both last year and now, the Child Consultation Center doesn't think her case warrants that much urgency. Seems our opponent this time is that difference in urgency between us and them. I see. We've done what we can. Now we need to come up with a plan B. We should have a meeting tomorrow. With all the fearless members of our club. Gone through worse than this before. We'll save her for sure. Yeah. As we spoke, I felt less angry about the decision that the Child Consultation Center made. It was something we expected anyway. I was being emotional for a while, but Mion wasn't taking it personally. She's usually a tough person. I know that she feels very weak when something like this happens. I have to be careful not to get too emotional with her. Our enemy was Teppei. I couldn't yell at my friends just because I was frustrated. I almost forget sometimes, but Mion is a girl. Okay. Time to be sexist. Yeah. There's no way yelling at her without cause wouldn't hurt her. There's no way yelling at anyone without cause wouldn't hurt them. Don't be freaking sexist. I think I have a tendency to lash out with my emotions sometimes. Definitely need to rein in that bad habit, especially during emergencies like this. All I could do by myself. It's probably the same thing Shion was suggesting earlier. But I knew it wouldn't make Satoko happy. We club members are fearless, but the power I possess is the smallest among all of us. So I needed to communicate with them. If we united, we would be able to come up with a better plan. I couldn't think of a plan all by myself. 3 heads are better than 1. We would definitely figure something out. I'm gonna call Rika-chan now. Will you call Rena? Sure. Rena was a good match for Shion today. She impressed me a lot. She's tough when push comes to shove. Yeah, Rena's always reliable when we're in trouble. But you impressed me too, Kei-chan. You were kind of cool today. I just kind of feel embarrassed now. That speech was a little corny, huh? I'm hanging up now. I'm sure Rena's waiting. Give her a call, okay? Yep. Say hi to Rika-chan. I think she's been hurt the most by all this. Rika-chan was looking out at the ground with a depressed look on her face all day. My chest hurt just remembering it. Must be even more painful to look at Satoko. Mion hung up the phone. I also hung up and then called Rena. She picked up the phone after 1 ring, which surprised me. Hello, Rena? You were waiting for the call, huh?
Yes. I called you, but it was busy, so I didn't know what to do.
You called me when I was talking with Mion. She's calling Rika-chan now. She told me to call you. Let me explain to you what happened.
Okay, is the case on hold?
Yeah, unfortunately.
I'm really upset, but that's what we expected. I can guess what they said. It's only been a day, so there's nothing definite. She may have missed school today because she really had a cold today. Plus, she doesn't have any obvious injuries. Is my guess, right?
Did you put a bug on my phone? Yeah, you got it exactly right. It's total bullshit.
It's only been a day is such a horrible phrase, isn't it? Especially since it'll be too late after he really hurts her.
He really does, and Satoko's injuries will be plain for everyone to see. If that happens, her uncle will never let any social workers see her. And then they'll just say they couldn't find any signs of abuse and go back to waiting anyway. And waiting again.
It's such a huge contradiction, isn't it?
Apparently
they need court approval to force entry, but applying for that isn't easy. So while social workers may be supposed to have great legal power, in reality their hands are tied and they can't act as if the family turns them away. They're not the police. They're not the ones who storm in even if they have to break windows to do so. Damn it.
Then who does have the right to break those windows? No one. No one has the right to, because it's illegal. So literally the only option here is to do illegal things. Idea 1, murder Teppei, which we've already done in the past. Idea number 2, burn the house down and steal Satoko. That's a wonderful plan. I am all for that plan. I think that's a good plan. Anyway, they're not serious about this case. I have no idea what will happen to Satoko if we don't do anything about it.
I'm impressed.
Wait, why?
You just moved to the village not too long ago. You've only known her for just a few months. But you're so serious about saving her. You don't even know what happened to her last year. But you can imagine how hurt Satoko-chan is right now. If you were an ordinary person, I'm sure you'd tell us. Just relax, it's only been a day.
It's not that difficult to imagine how horrible it is for her. I also heard from you guys how terrible it was last year. No question that this case requires immediate attention.
That's still impressive. You stopped Shi-chan when she tried to leave the classroom. What you said there was pretty deep.
You think Satoko would appreciate it if you saved her by committing murder?
It's not something an average boy would say. In fact, sorry, but I thought you were going to say something like what Shi-chan suggested.
Oh yeah. Ren is like, hey, I thought you'd be down for murder, you know? Shi-chan be like, yeah, let's go, let's murder someone. And Keiichi's like, yeah, let's go. I'm behind you 100%. That's our Rena. She saw right through me to the core. To be honest, I was able to keep my calm because Shion caused that commotion. I too thought our only option was to kill him. What's there to hesitate about? Everything would be resolved if we went over and killed her uncle right away. I thought those same things myself. And then I thought about how I would actually kill him. First I'd assault him with a metal bat or something. But before that, I would scope out his house and dig a hole to bury his body in ahead of time. When I imagined it, I envisioned myself actually digging the hole with a camping shovel in the woods. I repeated, "This is for Satoko, this is for Satoko," in my mind like a mantra, trying to forget the weight of the murder ahead. I relived that exhaustion and frustration. I could very clearly imagine myself standing there, soaking with sweat and covered in mosquito bites. Hi! Yes, definitely a subscriber. Hello. I don't really see subscribers that often. They're all fake, they're all gone, they're all ghosts. That's okay, because I'm a vampire anyway. I don't discriminate. And I'm sure I'd call her uncle or something to lure him out of the woods, out of the house, and bludgeon him to death. And I repeated my mantra, "This is for Satoko, this is for Satoko," blaming her for that serious crime as I tried to avoid my own guilt over committing murder. Did Satoko ask me to do that? Am I going to blame it all on her because I committed murder? Would she appreciate that? No, she wouldn't. I wouldn't be able to tell anyone that I had killed someone. No one would appreciate my deed, and I'd have to carry that burden for the rest of my life. A pathetic future is one I couldn't have imagined in the rush I felt before carrying out the murder. I decided to kill him so I could return us to happier times. But the act of murder also meant shattering the thin path that could lead us back there. I was able to imagine it that far ahead. That's why I didn't say it out loud like Shion did. If I hadn't thought that far, I probably would have joined Shion in shouting, "Kill him! Kill him!" Would have been really hopeless. Oh wait. Oh, okay, now they're talking to Ren again.
It would have been really hopeless if you had done that. I'm glad you have such a vivid imagination. I'm glad.
Was that really just my imagination, though? Did I imagine killing her uncle in my mind? Could imagination alone really be that vivid? I could smell the earth, taste the scattered dirt flying into my mouth, see the pebbles scattered as I shoved my shovel down, and hear the roots cracking from its weight. The image was so real, felt more like I'd actually done it in the past. That's right. It's important to imagine the consequences.
Right. You don't want to grow up with no imagination. I think you'll grow up to be a calm, reasonable adult, Keiichi-kun.
I wonder if that was only my imagination. I feel like I've been through a different life before.
People with good imaginations can take a look at every possibility. If you really felt like you saw the future, I think it wasn't just your imagination. You saw a possible future that could have happened.
In that imaginary world, the Child Consultation Center put her case on hold too. Satsuko came back to school for a while. She broke after only a few days. Satsuko was bearing the abuse, but even something small would be enough to break her. It's like an old bowl that has a crack in it. One day the crack will eventually widen, and the bowl will shatter. My imaginary world, Satsuko broke when I rubbed her head. I thought my hand was her uncle's hand. She pushed me away and hid behind the curtain and cried out for her brother, saying, "Nini, Nini."
Who told you that she called her brother Nini?
Huh? I don't know. I guess someone did. That's what she calls Satoshi, right? Anyway, it was devastating to hear her cry like that. I wanted to comfort her, but I couldn't even get close. She cried more as I walked closer to her, because she thought I was her uncle. Whoa, crazy imagination you have! That definitely didn't happen.
You're amazing, Keiichi-kun. I can't believe that was only your imagination. That's exactly how Satsuko-chan was last year. I remember it clearly, but it's impressive how you can imagine it, since you've only been here for a few months. You really are amazing. So that explains why you feel the same urgency we do.
So you feel the same way I do?
Yes. I can't imagine it as clearly as you have. But I think Satsuko-chan will break in a few days if we don't do anything about this. I think she will hide behind the curtain and scream for her Nini. That's when we'll finally realize something. It's not a crime to be powerless. It's a crime to do nothing. Huh? It's only my imagination, but I'm crying as though it's happening right in front of me.
Rena can also sense how urgently we need to save Satsuko. Not everybody feels that way, though. My friends all do. But they're special. And normal people like those at the Child Consultation Center see us as overreacting. They have a point, though. We don't really have anything to say back to them if they're going to claim it's only been a day. It's just like getting a cold. Doctors always say, let's see what happens for a couple days. Rena, I think we should trust our instincts. We have no time to spare. We have to save Satsuko now.
Yes. Even if I can't come up with a good idea on our own, together we can accomplish anything. When I was down and depressed before, someone told me the same thing. I think now is the time we come together and show people what we can do.
Yeah. I don't know who told you that, but that's exactly how I feel. It's Keiichi. You told her that in another life. It was strange. I've had this feeling ever since Rena told me this story at school. Felt like I, too, once learned a lesson after some event. But Ren and I only met recently. Guess it's just a coincidence. Anyway, I was so lonely inside of my imagination. Thought it was stupid for them to only sit and think about how they could save Satsuko. And I made a selfish decision. But I eventually learned, just like Rena did. You'll never come up with anything good by worrying about something on your own. That's actually kind of true. Most of the time. Because, like, most of the time, the really dangerous path of coming up with something on your own, you're like, oh, I need to kill someone. Or I need to off myself. The two extremes, right? But if someone else is there, they're probably not gonna come up with that, you know? Oh, thank you for the gifted! Oh my god! Thank you! How are you doing today? Mysterious Rico X. The name lives up to how epic you are. But yeah, crazy stuff. What was I saying? Frick. Right. If somebody else is with you, they're probably not gonna come up with you should murder somebody, or you should off yourself. No one good will say that. You know? No one good will say that. So it's good to have somebody who's not freaking out there with you to come up with a solution for whatever problem, whatever worry that you're having. Because you, by yourself, are probably not going to come up with a good solution. You know? It's probably going to be bad, or self-destructive, or toxic, or, you know. Unless you've been in, like, therapy for years and you know how to deal with it, then, you know. You have to talk to your friends. And if you don't have friends, you have to talk to somebody. That way, they will help you reach the best possible solution.
You said something when you stood in Shi-chan's sway today. You told her to trust you. You said you didn't have any idea yet, but that you would find one soon. So, I'm going to trust you. I believe that you will come up with the best solution.
Don't just rely on me. You can give me ideas if you have any. Watching it work, 'cause I'm hooked on Vampy. Thank you! What the heck? Hooked on my freaking fangs. Yeah, it's very late here, but usually in other people's places, it's the opposite of late. Early, perhaps. Maybe noon, around there. Because time zones be whack like that. I used to be there. I used to be in that time zone. But then I moved. But don't worry, I'll be back in like 2 years. I'll be back in that time zone.
Oh, that's not what I meant. I have faith in my friends all the times.
All the times, at all times.
I'm going to trust us. I know that we can save Satoko-chan, but we're not going to use a shortcut.
That's right. We will save her from this mess. Keep on believing. I believe in us too. I'll never think that I'm the only one who's trying to save her. I believe that all of us feel the same way. Let's have a meeting tomorrow. Chia-sensei might have new information too. We may not be able to come up with a good idea right away, but she might have something.
Yeah, you're right. I know that there's always another option.
That's right. We're not going to give up. There's a better way. I'm sure there is. We may not find it right away, but we'll never give up.
No, never.
Mion praised her for it too, but Rena really is strong in a crisis. I got a little emotional while I was talking to Mion, but Rena's different. Her fire is quiet and blue, so at first glance it seems lesser than my bright red, roaring blaze, but truth is the opposite. Blue flames burn far hotter. As I spoke with Rena, I felt my useless, wild energy calming down, so I could rationally search for the best solution. Through that, I felt Rena's strength. Though, apparently Rena felt similarly about me. When I'm talking with you, I feel like I can accomplish anything. You're so strong and reliable. I feel more courageous when I talk with you. I feel more confident that we can save Satoko-chan.
I get calmness from you, and you get confidence from me. We balance each other out like that, huh? We're a good combination.
Mi-chan. Keiji wouldn't call her Mi-chan, right? Mion, yeah. Okay, I mixed up who's talking. Whoops. And then she's saying,
when I'm talking with you, I can feel like I can accomplish anything. So strong and reliable.
Yeah, that makes more sense, I guess. And then Keiji's all like, I get calmness from you and you get confidence from me. We make a good combo. Who ships these guys? Who ships them? Rena and Keiichi for the win. Let's freaking go.
Mi-chan has a lot of power as a member of the Sonozaki family, but she has a very frail heart. But I believe that you and I can support her.
That's right. We have nothing to be scared of.
Yeah, I agree.
Talking to Rena made me feel very confident. I can share that confidence with my friends. I'll never feel down and miserable ever again. I'm going to give my power to the other club members so we can fight even harder. Rika-chan is really depressed right now. She lost her will to fight. But I'm sure she'll get that back when she sees us working hard.
You're right. When she gets her willpower back, nothing can stop us. I'll see you tomorrow. Let's talk about our plan and involve the principal too. We should get advice from as many people as we can. Let's find the best possible solution. It's the best thing we can do right now.
Yeah. I got off the phone with Rena. It was a pretty passionate conversation we were having. It's unfortunate that the Child Consultation Center came to the conclusion they did. But if they could still decide to wait and see, then that proved that Satoko was still safe for now. We're no more than children. Worrying about it too much won't cause us to come up with any good ideas. Murder isn't a real solution. But I had to admit, I thought about it once. It's easy to burn up in rage. However, I'd have to stay calm, like Rena. She was still burning up very calmly, with a blue and quiet flame. I'd never seen anything like that before. Keiichi, go take a bath already, hurry up! Oh, that's my mom. I heard my mom speaking to me. Keiichi, go take a bath already! You go ahead of me, Mom! I needed more time to think about what to do with Satoko. Everyone else was probably doing the same. You should go first. There's a bath salt from Real Hot Springs in there. It feels really good on your skin. I don't think there's bath salt in Real Hot Springs. Milk tastes so good after a bath. My dad seems to be in a good mood. Okay, why did I mix up the parents' voices as well? What the heck? Haha, milk tastes so good after a bath. My dad seems to be in a good mood. Probably finished his work. He's as scary as a bear when he has artist block. Maybe my parents could help with an idea. No, parents never do anything in these things. Right? They're the closest adults to me, after all. Should I talk to them? It's insane how through all this, he hasn't talked to his parents at all about anything he's been dealing with. Maybe that's the smart thing to do in this situation. But it might, I don't know. That's really sketchy. It might make things worse somehow. Stupid question. I had no reason not to. I'd have to talk to them and seek some advice. Oh, frick! That's insane. That's actually crazy. He's talking to his freaking parents. Wow. Dad, I have something I want to talk to you about. Huh? What's this? Is it about the auction at the coming festival? You have my full support. Speaking of which, when is the next festival committee meeting? They called me to participate too. I'll have to mark my calendar. Oh, it's not about that. My classmate is in trouble. As I talked about Satoko, my mom joined us and listened as well. My dad is a strange artist, but my mom is a normal person with common sense. She might be able to help. I just got a call and found out they put her case on hold. Wondering what we should do now. They already called the Child Consultation Center, so you should let them take care of it. But she was being abused last year too, right? I don't know how bad it was, but I think it's wrong for him to force her to move out of her friend's place. He was neglecting her for a year, after all. We can't just wait and see what happens just because the Consultation Center said to. We're her friends, so we want her to be more aggressive about saving her. We have no idea how we can do that. Keiichi, don't even think about attacking him. I'm not. I'm not. He says as he's like holding a bat behind his back. I wouldn't talk to you guys if that was on my mind. That's true. Thought you might ask us how to commit a perfect crime. Hey, I would never ask my parents something like that. I think. Keiichi, you're right. There are many battles in this world, but it's always important that you follow the rules. People won't help you if you're going to break them, and they won't respect you either. You have to fight according to the rules. Are there even rules for battles? Well, anyway, do you have any ideas? My parents have been alive for more than twice as long as me. They must have had so much experience with things like this. They must have many good ideas. Oh no, they must have many good ideas. And they're gonna be like, I don't know. At least that's what I thought. Yeah, okay. But they crossed their arms and went silent. Calling the Child Consultation Center is the first thing you should do. But what if that doesn't work? Do you think we can even rely on the law? You think the police won't do anything until Satoko is seriously injured? I think you have to make an appeal. Appeal? What? You mean sue him? That's not it. The Child Consultation Center is supposed to take care of the child abuse cases. But if you're unsatisfied with the decision they make an appeal to the court? Keiichi, you go to the court when you can't resolve an issue with the person you're dealing with. It's the final place you go to. You want the Child Consultation Center to protect Satoko-chan, right? But they made a decision that you disagree with. And... oh boy. We're going to the court now. The courthouse. We're dragging him by handcuffs to the courthouse. No freaking way. And well, it's obvious that they wouldn't even think about doing that. Because they don't know the law. We need to make an appeal to the Child Consultation Center. If we're unsatisfied with the decision they make, we can simply go and tell them that. We need to go there and explain to them how serious this case is.
Yeah, that sounds good. They have no idea what situation Satoko-chan is in right now. Since they're misunderstanding what's going on, you have to go there and make it clear.
I see. That's the best approach. I don't know about that. I've heard that they never change their decision once made. Might be just a waste of time. We don't know that until we try. Giving up before even trying is what losers do. We have to try everything we can. Remember what the principal said? We'll fail if we give up before even trying. Shion, your fire is blazing bright red, ready to do whatever it takes, even if that's acting hasty to save Satoko. But truly hot fire is blue and calm. Don't give up. We should do everything we can. What do you think, Chie-sensei? Am I wrong?
No, you're not saying anything wrong. You've calmed down a lot. I was concerned for you because I thought you might come up with an idea to attack him in the dark.
That's what my mom was saying. They knew. They freaking knew. Also, I think this is a new song, huh? Is that how people perceive me? I thought we should wait and see what happens. But after hearing everything all of you have said, and thinking about what happened last year, I now understand that this is an emergency situation. People can change their minds if you're persuasive enough. Child Consultation Center might change their mind too. They might reverse their decision if you succeed at making an appeal.
What do you think, Shi-chan? You should fight with us rather than thinking about it alone.
I'm not feeling lonely. I'm not sad because I'm all alone. You do sound awfully sad, actually. Maybe you do want to join us?
Whatever. Fine then. Let's just go to the Child Consultation Center.
I'm going to punch them in their faces if they don't do something. It's not a good idea, but I feel your passion now. Yeah, Shion, calm. Calm, okay? I guess you calmed down after getting some sleep. I'm just serious about this is all. Anyway, let's go and make it happen. I know where the Child Consultation Center is. Oh, man didn't know until recently, but it's on the first floor of the library. Mion grinned and showed us the location on a city guidebook. She's really prepared for this. The office is open until 5:15. Don't try and pick a fight with them. We have to stay calm. What? Are you talking to me, sis? Who do you think I am? I'll cry if I have to. Our goal is to make them change their mind.
That's it, Shi-chan. I think if we make it... I think we can make it if we leave right now.
It's past 3 o'clock. We'd make it before they closed if we rushed there on our bikes. But they're strict about time, aren't they? They might kick us out as soon as it's time to close. The door will close on time, but once we're inside, they'll never kick us out. Listen, Make sure you don't give in when negotiating with these officials. Officials are surprisingly tough, but unlike private citizens, they're not allowed to end the discussion on their own. So when you feel like you can't get anywhere by continuing the discussion, don't give in. You have to dig deep, make sure they listen to everything we have to say.
How do you know all that, Michan?
Who do you think I am? Represent Orio Sonozaki, member of the mayor's social gathering and the local government monitoring committee. I speak to the government officials all the time. Hey, Mion, is it possible to save her using the influence of the Sonozaki family? Well, not if I have to go through Granny. Ugh. It's impossible to get help from her. Her mind's still stuck in the dam conflict. 100 million with one spirit and stuff like that. She hates the Hojo family to this day. You're talking about Satoko's parents, who were in the dam project? I've never met your grandma, but she needs to learn how to forgive. she needs to learn how to forgive. That's so true. It's a thing of the past now. Exactly. I agree with you, Kei-chan.
So the Sonozaki family can't do anything about it?
Yeah, we can't. I'm sorry. Old people are so stubborn. They cherish Rika-chan, but they don't care about Satoko. It's horrible. I can't forgive Satoko's uncle for aggressively abusing her. I'm not about to forgive other people for quietly abusing her either. Tell those people not to piss off Keiichi Maebara. I'll do that. Shall we go now? We have no time to waste. Alright, we better hurry. Let's get going.
You want to come with us, Rika-chan? Let's go!
Rena spoke to Rika-chan, who had been avoiding all conversation. She seemed to have given up all hope yesterday. It was so painful to see her so depressed. Aww, yeah, I don't know if anything will get her to believe again. Because she got her hopes up so much last time.
It's just a waste of time anyway. You have to stop saying anyway. You don't know if it's a waste of time or not unless we try. You people did everything you could in your previous lives. You never found a way to save her. You think this time will be different?
Sometimes I really had no idea what she was saying. All I could tell was that she was being negative about the situation.
Have you tried going to the Child Consultation Center already?
Of course.
Then we should try. Satoko-chan is important to you, isn't she? We have to try and see what happens. I'm sure Satoko-chan needs your help right now. The world is going to end soon anyway.
The world is going to end soon anyway. What's wrong? We have to hurry up. Rika-chama doesn't seem to be interested. So much for friends. She's so close to Satoko, but she won't even get off her butt to save her.
I never thought I'd hear you say something like that. You used to hate her so much.
What? Is your brain working alright? Why would I hate Satoko? Oh my god. Rika, not the time to bring up all the terrible things that have happened.
Never mind. Fine, I'll come with you people. I have nothing to do at home but drink until I pass out anyway.
You're pissing me off. Are you trying to make a fool out of me?
Stop it, Shi-chan. You stop it too, Rika-chan. Let's get together and save Satoko-chan. I'm sure we can make a miracle happen if we work together. We need everyone to come together. We can't leave any one of us behind. We need you too, Rika-chan.
Something that Rena said must have given Rika-chan motivation. I could see a slight sparkle in her eyes. Rena had said something interesting. She said that we could make a miracle happen. Oh. It's the same thing I said when this world began. That time, I said I could make a miracle happen. I didn't say how. But Rena just clearly stated that.
We can make a miracle happen if we work together. Yes, miracles can happen when we work together. And what if there's no miracle? That means we haven't tried hard enough. If we all do the best we can, a miracle will happen for sure.
That's true. Ryugu-san is right. People get stronger when they help each other. Can overcome any obstacle when everyone works together. Yep. Hinamizawa was fated to be submerged underwater, but 2,000 people got together and brought an end to that destiny.
Bringing an end to destiny?
As villagers of Hinamizawa, we all know that miracles do happen. We'll win if we work hard together. I think you have no choice but to come with us now, Rika-chama. If you don't come, a miracle won't occur. Your absence will prevent it from happening. So it's going to be my fault. That's interesting. Miracle is something that we can make happen. But we need everyone's power to make that come true. Destiny can be defeated. Fate can be escaped from. This can happen with a miracle. A miracle can happen if we unite. Rena told me yesterday, you'll never come up with a solution if you think about everything by yourself. We have to talk this out together. Don't let fate get the better of you. As fragile as a thin sheet of paper. How can he say that without knowing how stubborn fate can be? To me, a witch trapped within this fate. But for some reason, his words sounded very persuasive. He easily changed my fate to play with the fishing game. In my previous life, Keiichi saved Rena from her devastating fate. As fragile as a thin sheet of paper. Saying that the world I've been struggling in for 100 years is that easy to change. Keiichi had made a fool out of me.
Interesting. I'll go with you.
That's more like you, Rika-chan.
Oh, Rika, are you sure?
Hanyu looked at me with concern. She wanted to warn me that I'll get hurt if I expect too much.
I don't have any coins left to bet. I don't have anything to lose. This world is ending soon anyway. But it was the same in my previous life. I thought all was lost when Rena took over the school. But Keiichi turned everything around. He's saying that fate is as fragile as a thin sheet of paper. I've given up on this world anyway, but I'm interested. They will betray you anyway. I'll get hurt if I see that it happened to you. Don't worry, I'm not going to get depressed anymore. I have no tears left to shed. I know that they can't save Satoko no matter what happens. That's why I'm doing this. It's the first time we've ever gone to the Child Consultation Center. Keiichi can't make any miracles happen.
Hanyu spoke to me in a stern voice. Miracles are called miracles because they don't happen easily. They can happen at any time. It's not a miracle. It's just something that was meant to be. I don't know if I would agree with that. If it can happen at any time, it's not a miracle. It's just something that was meant to be. I would disagree with that. If it can happen at any time, then it can happen. You can call anything a miracle if you just wanted it to happen. You know? Because things will happen whatever at any time, whether you want it or not. Things you want to happen that happen are quote unquote miracles. You know? But I don't think there is a percentage chance of something happening, something not happening. Everything is random all the time. That's just how it is. That's how life is. That doesn't make everything that happens a miracle. You know? A miracle is something you want to happen that happens. But it's not just something that was meant to be. I mean, I don't like to think like that, but, you know, fate and destiny and whatever, you know. Destiny, like Destiny here, oh my god.
I'm not expecting anything. I'm just interested. I'm curious how Keiichi is going to make his move after saying how easily he can change fate. Rika, please don't hurt yourself anymore. That's none of your business. Get out of here.
Wasn't expecting anything. I was just trying to enjoy my last week alive, like watching a TV show. I had to admit I was possessed by a strange feeling. It was a little bit exhilarating. I was nervous, as if anticipating something. I'd felt the same way when Keiichi remembered the memories of the past in my previous life. I didn't have any coins left to make a bet, but I knew what this feeling meant. If I had a coin left in my heart, I would bet everything on this feeling. If it doesn't work out after trying every option, we'll have no choice but to give up. Oh wait,
If it doesn't work out after trying every option, we'll have no choice but to give up.
there's no need for us to give up. Satoko is going to be saved. You had better prepare a clean blanket for Satoko. She's coming back to you soon. And I'd feel bad if she didn't have a soft bed waiting for her.
I like that, Keiichi. Well then, let's go. You might tear apart fate like a thin sheet of paper after all.
Yeah, right now I feel like I could take on the ruler of hell. I'm going to make them change their decision. I stood up from my seat. Keiichi is a very good speaker. That's why I never got bored with him. I've been with him for 100 years, but he still keeps me entertained. I love Keiichi so much! Oh my god. We're going to the Child Consultation Center now. You want to come with us, Chie-sensei?
I'm going to talk to the Board of Education. They're under the same branch of government as the Child Consultation Center. It might help if I talk to them. After all, I'm working for the public too.
That's true. They might listen to what you say. Let's have her take care of that while we take care of our business. Let's fight them.
Alright, let's go everybody.
Yeah! March on, march on. Even knowing that everything is doomed, part of me felt like something good might happen. Hanyu told me that it was only a waste of time. I felt the same way until a few minutes ago. But I had become much more interested. I had no idea what would happen. I wanted to see how Keiichi was planning to defeat its destiny. I raised my fist in the air, along with them, and hurried to the exit. As for Satoko, she didn't come to school again today. Teppei called the school and told them that she still has a fever. Said that he's going to keep her home for a few days until she gets better. Chie said that she thinks Teppei knows she called the Child Consultation Center. He must be worried that Satoko will rat him out if he lets her go to school. I don't want to think about it, but it's possible that Satoko has visible bruises by now. And that could also be why he won't let her go to school. Everything was happening much earlier. Satoko's situation was worsening earlier than it did in my previous lives. It just feels like everything is freaking accelerating. Everything is happening so fast. A week before that it's supposed to happen. For some reason. What tipped this off? I have no idea. Because I feel like something different happened behind the scenes that she just doesn't know about. How long are they going to make us wait? Those people seem to be free. They should let us talk to them. Those are just general office workers. We have to talk to the actual social worker responsible for the case.
I wonder if they're busy because they have a lot of cases like this.
I don't know. I wish they didn't have so many issues to deal with.
This world is tragic. So many kids are being abused.
I mean, yeah. For 30 minutes, they finally called my name. Wrote down my name at the registration, as Mion can't let them know she's from the Sonozaki family. I'm Maebara. My name was called. Went to a receptionist to find a uniformed older lady. She must be one of the office workers Mion mentioned. Was she really going to be the one dealing with us? Hello, Maebara-san. I see you're here with 4 other friends. How can I help you today? The only thing I wrote on the registration was that I wanted to talk about Satoko Hojo. Well, we're here to talk about Satoko Hojo's case. Chie-sensei from the Hinamizawa branch school called and made a report yesterday. We would like to discuss the case. Are you her friends? Yes. We're her classmates. Would you please give me a general summary of what you wish to discuss? I heard that you guys put a hold on it because you're determined. I heard that you guys put a hold on it because you determined that there wasn't any abuse happening. So we've come here today in order to explain Satoko's situation in more detail. I see. Please wait a few more minutes. That was it from her, then. A real social worker should be coming here to talk with us. She was just asking us basic information. With that done, she was talking on the phone and explaining to someone what I just told her.
What did she ask?
She asked me why I was here. She told me to wait for a few more minutes. I hate waiting like this.
Are those posters and advertisements you've been reading that interesting me?
I see lots of flyers about abuse. I guess we came to the right place.
Report the abuse before it escalates. Check out that slogan. Check it out.
There's a bunch of posters with slogans like that near. I guess that's what the Child Consultation Center is for.
Is it any help if it's inside the building, though?
Rika was right. They should be posting them all over the city, not just inside the building. That's true. Mayabara-sama, thank you for waiting. Please go to room number 2. It's our turn now, let's go! Rushing. As we walked, we soon saw rooms numbered 1 through 3. Thought we were going to be talking at the counter like you do at the bank. But they have individual rooms. Probably because it's really freaking important, yeah. I guess it's for privacy reasons. Most of the people who come here don't want other people listening to their conversation.
But I think abuse might be increasing because people try to keep the issue quiet.
People tend to not talk about their family issues. Room number 2. This one. As I knocked, I heard the voice of a lady telling me to come in. Hello. It was a very small room. Well, I should say it was narrow. It wasn't wide, but it was very long. There was a counter in the middle, which split the room into 2. The lady was sitting on the other side of the counter. She told us to take a seat, but there were only 2 chairs. I sat down to re-registered under my name. Mion wouldn't sit because she felt that the Sonozaki sisters shouldn't be in the front. Rena tried to offer the seat to Rika-chan, but she refused too, so Rena ended up taking it. Such a tiny room that it was better for us to take a seat. It was very cramped with the 5 of us. I'm sorry. We usually expect to see the parents, so we only have 2 chairs. I understand that. So, how may I help you today? Should I do the talking? Well, we're students from the Hinamizawa branch school, and we're Satoko Hojo's friends. School reported that she was being abused to the Child Consultation Center, and I believe that a social worker went to her house last night. We heard that you put a hold on her case. We're here today so we can explain to you how urgent the matter is. Mio nodded. Seemed like I was doing okay so far. What are you trying to explain to us? Will you please tell me? Well, I know it's only been 2 days since her uncle took her away. It's only a matter of time before he starts hurting her. In fact, Satoko suffered terrible abuse at the hands of her uncle last year as well. We believe it's only a matter of time before that happens again. We would like you to save Satoko from her uncle before it does. But from what we understand, the Child Consultation Center has decided to wait and see, right? Are you going to neglect her? I can't believe that you left her there because she's not getting physically abused. Who's going to be responsible when she really gets hurt? Shion probably didn't like how politely I was speaking to her. She was already flaring up with rage at the social worker. Okay, Shion needs to step out of the room. Shion needs to step out of the room and lock the door so she can't barge in. Because I feel like Shion will mess everything up. Maybe Rika too, but I really think Shion should not be here. It looked like Mion didn't want her to tear into her. However, she let Shion finish, as she'd get even more furious if we tried to stop her. Lady seemed to be used to people losing their temper. She continued without reacting to Shion's outburst. I'd like to make it clear that we are still working on her case. The results are still pending. We're not abandoning or neglecting her. Working on her case? They're not abandoning her. They're currently reviewing options, I suppose? While their mature phrasing made me start to think it might be rude and harsh to say that they were abandoning her, Rena quietly opened her mouth.
But you left her there without doing anything last night.
No one can ever fool Rena. Taking their time to review options was the exact same thing as abandoning her. Fact is, they left her in that house without taking any actions to prevent her from being abused. We sent a social worker to her house, and they met with her guardian. We cannot talk about the case any further for privacy reasons. However, we are not neglecting her. We're going to look after her and her father, so they can have a healthy life together. Her father? What? They think it's her father? They think it's her father! It's not her father! What? Huh? He's not her father. He's her uncle. Are you sure you really did an investigation? Yeah, her father's been dead. What? What? Excuse me. You're correct. They're uncle and niece. Anyway, we'll be directing them so guardian and child can form a healthy relationship. Oh my god, they really just be talking out of their ass right now. They're really just, oh my god, are they being serious? Oh my god. That's insane, actually. That's actually crazy. Jian had pounced on her mistake immediately. I didn't think she'd needed to be so snappy, but at this point I was starting to understand how different their sense of urgency was from ours. Well, excuse me, but Satoko was living a happy life before, without any support from her uncle. First of all, her uncle disappeared from her life for a full year prior, and now he's returned to kidnap her away. Isn't that a crime? It wasn't a kidnapping. It's the law that a child must live with their guardian. Live where their guardian appoints them to live. According to Article 821 of the Constitution, the legal guardian of a child is... He neglected Satoko for 1 year. How can he still be considered her guardian? Shion, what the court decided when her parents died of the curse of Yashida-sama. Are you serious? That guy is her legal guardian? Yeah. I don't know the specific article of law it's written in, but minors must abide by their guardians. In other words, every child has a guardian. They have to have one. That's Article 818 of the Civil Code. When Satoko's parents died, her uncle and aunt automatically became her guardians? Yes. The closest relative gets custody. It seems her uncle and aunt were Satoko's only relatives. If Satoko and Satoshi refused them, they could have had a different guardian, though. But they were the children of the Hojo family, the enemy of the dam conflict. No one was going to take care of them. They were different from Rika-chama. Lots of people wanted to be her guardian, but Father Kimiyoshi got custody of her. I wonder, she probably feels bad about that. I knew that the Hojo family was in favor of the dam conflict. The whole village hated her family for that reason. I thought everything was over after they cancelled the project and Satoko's parents died. Was I aware of the difference? The difference between how the villagers treat Satoko and how they treat Rika-chan. The villagers don't abuse Satoko like her uncle. Maybe there were small thorns left in the village, and they were stinging Satoko occasionally. Hi, happy birthday, Vampy! Hi! Wait, why did someone... That's the second person who's thought it was my birthday today. Look, I really love October. I love Halloween, but it's not my birthday. Thank you, though. I'll take it. I'll take it. I was like, this would be, I think, 6 months from my actual birthday. So, I guess it would be, what, 6-month birthday? Or is it my streamer birthday? It's your birthday now. There's one person saying in chat, so I thought. No, that's great. That's awesome. October 17th will be my official new birthday. It makes a lot more sense that October 17th would be my birthday and not freaking May. May is so not edgy. It's too wholesome to be my birthday, you know? Only good people have birthdays in May. Really cool, awesome, spooky people have birthdays in October. So, you know, I'll just change that. So, thank you. My new birth on this day. But yeah, crazy stuff is happening in Higurashi right now, so it's pretty wild. I can't say this too openly, but Satoko's family had more assets than her uncle's. By becoming her guardians, they gained control over those assets. That's why they shamelessly took over Satoko's home. Do you know where they used to live? It was this ridiculously tiny place.
That's horrible. But this guardian neglected Satoko-chan for over a year, right? Can he still claim custody of her? Can he?
I saw your homicide for gameplay and came here to say, oh, came here to watch. Yeah. Oh, thank you. I freaking love homicide for so much. So incredibly much. It's still just probably one of my favorite games I've ever played. Out of literally everything. I really want to go back and do like the hardcore version, because since I made since I played it, since I made a video. There's a hardcore version of Homicipher where it gives you no hints, and you have to go in completely blind. And, you know, I really want to do a version of that and see how bad I do. Remember when you accidentally bonked him? Good times. No! I felt so bad. I felt so bad. Oh, I guess not then, but I did after. You should. Yeah, I freaking love that game so much. But thank you for stopping by. Higurashi is, I would say similar to Homicipher, as in they're both crazy and spooky. Maybe not right now. Right now in Higurashi is kind of too real. We're trying to appeal a child abuse case, and we're talking to the adults about it because, you know, we're like 14 and we can't do anything without defaulting to murder. And, you know, murder's bad. We can't do that because we've already done it in a past life. We can't do that again. So, you know, talking to adults, second best option, I guess. Well, in Part 4, Chapter 4 of the Civil Code, there are provisions for the loss of custody. The lady opened a thick book on the counter and showed us that page. I didn't completely understand what it says on there, but it seemed that a parent can lose custody when they're being irresponsible.
So the law can take away the right to be someone's guardian?
Wait a minute. It says something about court. Let me see. At the behest of the child's relatives or a public prosecutor, family court may make a ruling for the loss of parental authority. What the heck is this? So we'd have to sit around and wait for family court's ruling before you can lose custody? That's too slow! Well, if something urgent happens, we can temporarily protect her under our custody. We will need the approval of the family court in that case. Here, Article 834 for the loss of parental authority. Doesn't this apply to Teppei Hojo? It is a fact that the guardian, Teppei Hojo, abandoned his responsibilities as guardian for over a year. What is the center's opinion on that? I can't answer for privacy reasons, but the center requested an explanation on that matter as well.
And you accepted his explanation, so you decided to wait and see?
Like I've mentioned, we're currently working on the case. The safety of the child is our #1 priority. We will make sure that she will have a healthy lifestyle in a safe environment. We weren't on the same page at all. Yeah, if you've seen that environment, you've seen that house. Oh, it's trashed. It is horrible. They just weren't understanding the urgency. I mean, they weren't understanding the urgency because I don't know. In this case, how many people go to the, child consultation center, whatever, child protective services, and they're like, we need to act now. But the person was lying, or the person had ill intentions. So I can only imagine, like, how do you gauge who's telling the truth and who's not? It's crazy. I don't know how they do it. I've never met this Teppei guy. I only know about the situation based on what my friends told me about last year, and what Chie-sensei told us. But I still understood very well. I understood that something really bad was going to happen if we didn't take any action right now. She was being abused by her uncle and aunt last year, too. Are you sure that the same uncle can take care of her? You still have the records from last year, don't you? I can't discuss her past record with you for privacy reasons. We were taking everything into consideration.
She didn't come to school yesterday, and she didn't come today either. He called the school and told them that she has a cold, but don't you think it's a bit odd that she hasn't come to school since he showed up?
That's true, but then she really might be sick. I think we should keep our eyes on her and see what happens. We just know that Satoko doesn't want to be with her uncle. Her uncle is forcing her to stay with him. Her social workers spoke with the child and made their decision after doing so. So that's it, isn't it? That's it, huh? Cracks fingers, grabs a hatchet. You know what time it is. That's it, huh? I'll show you when it's over. I'll freaking show you. Shion's got some plans. Are you not taking this case seriously because she made a false report long ago? I cannot talk about that for privacy reasons. We're taking everything into consideration. Satoko is telling you that she's not being abused because she feels guilty about her brother Satoshi. She may have told you she's not being abused, but I don't believe that statement.
Do you know that people can lose the will to seek help when they have depression?
That's true. Rena, on that psychology. Let's go. Ah! Stop making excuses and hurry up and save Satoko! It flips the desk. Shion, you're not helping the case here. I'm not going to forgive you people if something happens to her. You'll end up hurt if you do something about this. If you don't do something about this while I'm still asking politely. Shion, you've already crossed the line. You're not asking politely. Oh my god. Stop it, Shion. You're making us look bad. I don't know what her uncle said to the social worker, but he's a very violent guy. Please don't be fooled by him. I just wanted to make that clear.
So please speak with her social worker and persuade them to make a call to save Satoko at once. We ask that you do this for us.
Honestly, it just needed Keiichi, Mion, Rena. Them three sitting there and pouring their hearts out. That's all they really needed, you know? Shion didn't need to be here. Rika isn't doing anything. She really didn't need to be here. But some of us were getting emotional, but Mion calmed them down, and Rena summed it up nicely. I stopped speaking to see what she was going to say next. You mean her caseworker? I understand your concerns. I'll tell them that Satoko-san's friends, 3, 4, 5 of her friends, came here and made an appeal to us. We will continue to work closely on this case. Please let us know when you have further information. Thank you for supporting the Child Consultation Center. Thank you very much for sharing your valuable time with us today. That sounds so fake. That sounds so fake. That sounds so fake. Oh my god. We were still in Okinomiya. We were still in the city park, devoid of playing children, staring vacantly up at the madder red sky in silence. I feel like they didn't really listen to our story.
But they also didn't try to kick us out. He's probably just the person who deals with complaints, not the actual social worker that deals with Satoko-chan. That's why she was phrasing everything the way she did.
What did you think about the whole thing, Mion? Well, it felt like we were wrestling with a tree. We didn't get pushed or pulled. It was the same as talking to a wall.
That's not true. She said they will forward our information to the social worker. Like I said, she doesn't know Satoko-chan in person, so she didn't really have any stake in it herself.
So do you think we accomplished something today, Rena?
I don't think it was a waste of time. But I don't think our passion will be understood by the...
Yippee! I don't know if this is a call for a yippee, but hi! I appreciate your yippee, your passion to solve this case, your passion to help Satoko-chan. I get it, I get it.
But I don't think our passion will be understood by the actual person who's working on this case. She'll just tell them that Satoko Hojo's 5 friends came and requested for them to take her under their custody.
What about the social worker? Can't we talk to the person directly? I don't know. I heard it's a very tough job. I think it'd be difficult for us to meet him or her in person. Someone even threatened to hurt them if they didn't do anything, while she was still asking them politely. Someone even threatened to hurt them if they didn't do anything. Yeah. Shion. According to Mion, there were lots of problematic clients who show up at the Child Consultation Center. Not a rare thing for them to get aggressive visitor like Shion. It's so difficult to tell them how passionate we are. They might treat us coldly if they took our passion for simple anger. Thought you were used to talking with government officials, Mion. Can't you talk to them instead of me? It's not that she's good at talking. They just listen to her because she's Mion Sonozaki. You saw how they treated us today. If she announced herself as Sonozaki, we wouldn't have been in such a small room. We would have been speaking to the manager in a reception room. Right? Wow, I caught one live! Hi! Long-time follower, love your Higurashi series? Oh my god! That's amazing to hear! Thank you! I'm glad you enjoyed, because I love reading Higurashi. Because Higurashi is so fun. It's so fun, and not at all depressing and horrifying. I can't wait to see how this story develops. But I'm guessing you know how it ends then. Also, the people on Twitch can't see you, but you exist, and I'm not talking to no one. You exist. I know Lion exists. I swear. Mion gave a vague smile and didn't comment. Mion's greatest weapon is her family name. Without that weapon, she's just as ordinary as the rest of us. Shouldn't be thinking about this. But if the Sonozaki family forgave Satoko's family, it would be really easy for them to save her.
So, the Sonozaki family still hates the Hojo family?
No one has publicly stated that we hate them, but it runs pretty deep. That hag of a grandmother is the one who hates the Hojo family. Her opinion hasn't changed since we were in the middle of the dam conflict. It's been so many years, but she still can't let go of the past.
Stop it, Shi-chan. Satoko-chan is Satoko-chan. She is our precious friend. It doesn't matter what her last name is.
Shan went quiet, and there was silence for a while. Rena was right. Just like how Satoko's last name doesn't matter, it doesn't matter what Mion's last name is either. The important thing is that our friend is being abused right now. We have to do everything we can to save her from that situation. We all looked up at the sky as we listened to the sound of cars passing by. We all felt hopeless. We had no idea what to do. Was what we did today going to help Satoko at all? It would have been better if they just kicked us out. That way, we could have been angry with them. But after being treated politely like that, we had no choice but to back off and see what they were going to do. We were forced to just wait and see what happens. Everyone was trying to figure out what our next option was. We couldn't expect Chie-sensei to tell us that everything was taken care of at the Board of Education. That would be too good to be true. What shall we do next? I muttered to myself, hoping that someone would respond with a good idea. But the silence reminded me that everyone was just as stuck as me.
Keiichi?
Rika-chan, I'm sorry. I was running my mouth off, but I have no idea what to do now.
I don't believe this.
What? As I looked at her, I realized the expression on my face was stronger than ever. You told Shion yesterday. Oh.
You told Shion yesterday you didn't have a good idea at the moment. You said you would figure out something. You told her to trust you. So I trusted you. I'm not going to believe it. I'm not going to believe that you would even mention that you had no idea. I'm not going to believe that.
Oh, I could see tears in her eyes. Oh.
I'm not going to believe that you would even mention that you had no idea. I'm not going to believe that.
Oh, Rika! Oh. Rika-chan was sure that I could do something about the situation.
You said it. You said that fate is as fragile as a thin piece of paper. I'm going to believe your words. I still believe you, because you can easily defeat fate. So, please help. Help us escape from this fate. Help Satoko. Help her.
A tear rolled down from the corner of her eye. My heart was feeling the same way. Damn it, damn it, damn it. An innocent girl was becoming a prisoner of a tragic fate. She desperately needed help. I told them they could trust me. In other words, that they could count on me. That they could bet on me. Betting is not an easy thing. If I lost, they'd lose their coins too. What does it mean to trust someone? It's about making a bet on that person. It's about betting a coin. It's about betting hope. Trusting someone is tantamount to placing your hopes in them. I told Shion yesterday. I told her to trust me. I didn't say it just because. I knew that those words meant something very serious. But now, after betraying Rika-chan and seeing her tears, I finally realized just how serious it is. I look at Shion. he was in a rage again. Mion tried to calm her down, but she didn't have any ideas either. How about Rena? She's always very reliable in a situation like this. Expected to see her strength. However, Rena also looked depressed. We didn't even know if what we did was a meaningful thing. Rena looked down with a devastated expression on her face, since she couldn't come up with another option either. Damn it. I have to do something for them. Rena's blue fire will melt iron. Mion can be strong when the wind is in our favor. Shion is the same way. They will move forward strongly when the wind is backing them up, but they grow weak when the wind is blowing against them. Despite the whole situation, Rika-chan still believes in us. She believes that we can do something if we all come together. That's right. We all agreed. We said to each other that we could make a miracle happen if we all worked together. What am I? Rena is the blue fire. I'm the red fire. I burn brightly and give strength to everyone. That's right. I'm Keiichi Maebara. I'm the magician of words. I have to motivate everyone. The blue fire won't light up unless the red fire does too. When the fire is lit, there will be wind. Mion and Shion will become stronger too. Thank you. You just made me realize something, Rika-chan. That the flames inside me are really starting to blaze.
Keiichi.
We can't give up now. We're members of the strongest club ever. Nothing can stop us when we get together. I can't become depressed over a small thing like this. Rika-chan woke me up. I just realized how serious it is to have people trust me. Rika-chan knew our personalities well. She figured out just who she should motivate first. Whoa, I'm really starting to burn up. Yeah! I don't know what we can do, but let's go in there and do it and fix things. Yeah! Hey, Mion, stop being depressed. It's that easy. Points at her. Mion, stop. Stop right there. Turn that smile upside down. Wait, what? What? No, that's the opposite of what I meant to say. Turn that frown upside down. Frick. No. Instantly cured. This is where we're supposed to get angry, man. Everyone looked at me with wide eyes as they turned at my powerful voice. They were both surprised by my sudden shout, and waiting in anticipation of the vigor of my call. More and more clearly, I could see it. This was Keiichi Maebara's role in this club. I don't think we did anything at the Child Consultation Center. Just like Rena was saying, they're going to forward a small note saying the 5 of us made a visitation. That's not helping, what? Keiichi, what? But being treated like that has lit the fires of our anger. You're right. Feels like they gave us the cold shoulder. Oh, dude. It's like he's making a revolution happen. He's getting everyone together with their pitchforks and their knives and their matches, whatever, torches? Yeah, torches and pitchforks. And they're gonna march down to the uncle's house and be like, get out here, because we're gonna do civil justice. We're not gonna kill him, but, you know, we can still do something, right? Maybe. We're trying to get them to realize how much danger Satoko is in. We have to fight now. We have no time to be sitting here all depressed in the park.
But Keiichi-kun, what are we supposed to do next?
Don't tell me you think we have no more options left. If this was a club activity, you guys would be losing right now. This is fun! I was feeling depressed too, but now I've got a burning passion inside my heart. Yeah, I feel like sadness can quickly turn to anger if you're in the right mood. And anger can quickly turn into sadness. Like, those two emotions are so, like, back and forth, and different people have different problems with switching that. So, somebody needs to look into that. What's going on there? You know? Felt like I was cheering myself up. Why was I being so sad? If I wanted to save Satoko, I had no time to rest. This was like the final seconds of the last round in a boxing match, where we were at a disadvantage. I stand here stupefied. Stupefied? That's a real freaking word? I thought that was a Harry Potter spell. What? I'll lose by indecision. So the only option is to press the attack. Was I supposed to give up just because I couldn't knock out the opponent with one punch? Like One Punch Man? No. If I couldn't take him out in one, I'd have to throw 2 or 3 punches. I'd have to try until I could finally knock him out. You're saying that we're going to go there tomorrow? Close, but not exactly. What? Does he actually have a plan? I have no idea what's going on in your mind. But it sounds very interesting. It isn't like our club to cry ourselves to sleep. We need to turn this headwind around. Yes! Mion is getting her willpower back too!
That's right, I agree with Keiichi-kun. I'm ashamed I was so depressed. Let's fight.
But what exactly are you trying to do? Remember, everyone, that lady really pissed us off today. But she also told us what our next option is. She never thought she was giving us a hint. She made a huge mistake. Top of that, the next option is something that I'm really good at. What? What does that mean? What does this mean? Oh, are they gonna like get evidence or something? A picture? Or a recording? But phones didn't exist. Phones didn't exist, so I don't know how they could record anything. But then maybe they could take a picture, but the picture would be loud because small cameras didn't exist. By the way, how many Higurashi games are there? Well, there's 8 chapters in total, so there's 8 games in total. That's not including like the spin-offs that I'm not gonna play, because they're like weird, you know? But there's 4 question arcs and 4 answer arcs, so 8 in total. The question arcs are crazy, and then the answer arcs are crazier. So it's very, very interesting series. A lot of questions, a lot of mystery. If you really like mystery, that's basically all it is. And also little dips into horror every now and then, you know? So if you have no problem with like paranoia and being creeped out, then that's what this game is good at. That's what this game is very good at. The chapter 1 is free on Steam, so you can play it yourself. You can play it with old graphics or new graphics because this game came out in like 2000, so I'm playing it with old because I like how they look. They're fun. They're good. But you can play with the new graphics because it's like new anime, whatever. But I would recommend getting into it because it's just super fun. Do the obligatory Monogatari moment disclaimer. Yeah, you're right. Okay. The only bad thing about Higurashi is that sometimes there's... Oh, wait, no, hold on. I can't. The music is copywritten. Sometimes the music... Not music, what? Sometimes the story gets a little... fan service-y. A little bit. So it does have the really old anime moments of like, booba, boyoyoing, you know? It's not good. Those moments suck. But they're like a little piece of the pie, you know? A little piece that has mold on it that you gotta cut around and throw out, and you enjoy the rest. That's what that is. That's what Higurashi is, really. So, as long as you can do that and you're fine with that, then, you know. It's an old game written for an otaku crowd. That's just how things are, right? Exactly. Thing is, we know better now. But we can't ignore the past. We can't just cut it out of the game. But you can cut it out of your mind. So, honestly, it's not surprising. Yeah. I'm glad you understand, as sad as it is. And then there's also tips and hints that you get at the end of every at the end of every section of the chapter. The bank book frustration. Oh, here we freaking go. Teppei suspected that Satoko was hiding more money somewhere. Oh no, frick! I hate seeing what was happening. I hate seeing what's happening. But in reality, she had none at all. Teppei had asked her how she survived until now. She told him that she didn't have to use any money because she was living with her friend. Teppei had made some money off of illegal gambling. Well, he had some of that money saved up. He had no intention to use it on living expenses, of course. However, there was no way Satoko didn't have the money. Teppei was convinced of that. Teppei's wife, Satoko's aunt, must have taken away the family's bank book when Satoko's parents died in the accident. But her aunt also died last year, and Satoshi is gone too. It means Satoko should have hidden the bank book somewhere. However, no matter how much he threatened her, she told him that she didn't know anything about it. He continued to question Satoko, still believing that she was hiding it somewhere. He couldn't beat her, because the teacher in the child consultation center would suspect him. So he wouldn't beat her. Instead, he spoke to her in a loud and violent voice, and broke the furniture in front of her. Threatening people like that is Teppei's forte. However, Satoko continued to claim that she had no clue about the bank book. She didn't seem to be lying. They're destroying the whole living room, leaving Satoko frightened like a scared little animal. Teppei finally believed that Satoko had no idea where the bank book was. In that case, where could it be? Teppei had two ideas. One idea was that his wife had hid it somewhere in secret. The other idea was that Satoshi took it after his wife's death and hid it somewhere else. Either way, he was certain that it was hidden somewhere in this house. He told Satoko to clean up the mess he made in the living room, and started searching around the house. Teppei was starting to get bored with Satoko. He'd heard that Satoko's parents had a lot of money saved up, but his wife had taken control of that money herself. Since his wife had been quite thrifty, he was sure that she left the bank book somewhere without using it. Once he got his hands on that money, he could move somewhere else entirely. Teppei was still acquainted with a few people from the gambling spot in Gogura. People he used to help out are still hanging around that area. They still owe him. They should at least let him crash there. It was great that Satoko takes care of all the chores around the house, but Teppei felt uncomfortable about being watched by both the school and the child consultation center. Teppei, all too aware that he's a man of violence, couldn't stand living with Satoko without being violent towards her. Ah, my God. The more he suffered, the stronger his urge to beat up Satoko grew. Since Teppei only knew joy through forcing others who resisted to submit, testing to see how violent he could be before the helpless Satoko resisted him was something he was excited to try eventually. Still upset over the visitation by the school teacher, Teppei promised himself that he would destroy Satoko's life before leaving the village. What? What does this mean? What does this mean? Is he saying that? Hold on. Is he saying that he's going to kill her? He wouldn't. He wouldn't. He wouldn't. He wouldn't. Destroy Satoko's life. No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He would not. He wouldn't, because then he would go to jail and his life would be ruined. Unless he thinks he can flee in enough time. There's no way. Destroy Satoko's life. That could mean, like, burning the house down. It could mean... doing terrible things to her that I'm not gonna say. What? And that's the end of the hint. Great, okay. Teppei did it all. He did? Don't tell me spoilers if he did. I don't know anything that's gonna happen. Oh, okay. I'm gonna save and we're gonna keep going. Hydrate. Thank you. Thank you. Ah. Very good, very good. Okay. Sorry for interrupting your lunchtime, but can I have your attention, please? My classmates looked at me with surprise. Oh my gosh, they're gonna gang up the whole freaking class. This is insane. Okay. I am stretching my back. Thank you for the posture check. I got it. My classmates looked at me with surprise. I stood at the front of the room and banged on the blackboard. I needed to get their attention. You can listen while you eat. I want to talk about our classmate, Satoko Hojo. Everyone went quiet as soon as I brought up her name. They all knew how bad of a situation Satoko was in. Remembering what happened to her last year, they understood how critical it was that she gets help as soon as possible. Everyone was thinking that they wanted to save Satoko if they could, but they hadn't done anything because they didn't know what they alone could do. I don't think there's a need for me to explain what's going on with her. As you all know, Satoko's been absent for 3 days in a row. It's been 3 days since she got kidnapped by her uncle. I called the school and told them that she still has a cold, but I don't believe that. She hasn't even visited the clinic in these past 3 days. My classmates, think about this logically for a moment. If she's really that sick, why would he not take her to the clinic for 3 whole days? It's hard to believe that she's been sick for that long, yeah. She might have the flu, but if that's the case, she should be seeing a doctor. The whole class agreed that it was a bit strange. Everyone had been thinking the same thing inside their hearts. However, no one had really come forward and talked about it. This was a good start. Just think about it. Satsuko is the healthiest girl in this village. She won't even get sick after eating food that's past the expiry date. Hold on a second. But she has been to the clinic. They just don't know. I mean, she hasn't been the past 3 days, yeah. But she has been in general because she is sick with something else that they don't know about. That we know about. I don't know. I don't know. But now she has somehow got sick all of a sudden and missed school for 3 days. That's hard to believe, isn't it? The answer is simple. Her uncle is forcing her to stay home. We've reported this case to the Child Consultation Center. However, they're putting it on hold. We went there. But they told us that all they told us was that they can't talk about it due to privacy reasons. What do you guys think about all this?
I think it's wrong. We all know her aunt and uncle were treating her last year. Besides, Satoko-chan was living happily with Rika-chan. It's wrong for him to force her to move out of there and keep her away from us.
The sight of Rena letting her emotions speak for her, when she was normally so quiet, demonstrated most of all how dire the situation was. Rena brought an intensity to this that I couldn't, since I often yelled and shouted about things. Yeah. Are we just going to leave things as they are? Satsuko is our friend. She's our classmate. We've spent time together in this small classroom, and we're like family to each other. We've learned together, we've played together, we ate together, and we fought each other at times. We've spent so much time together that our relationship is as tight as a family's. Should we neglect someone who's that precious to us? Raise your hand if you want to neglect her. Raise your hand if you want to neglect her. I'm sure none of you want to do that. No way. We must help Satoko. Class was filled with commotion, which is exactly what I was looking for. Hold on, where's the teacher? Where's Chie-sensei? What's happening? Does she know? The louder I talked, the louder my classmates got. They were getting all fired up. The more I let my true colors show, the greater everyone's emotions became as well. Our club is already making its move. We're trying to figure out how we can save her. Did you know that, Tomita-kun? No, that I did not. Let me tell you what our plan is. Don't worry, it's not something illegal. We're trying to fight, but without breaking the rules. In truth, nothing is more effective in society than taking an orthodox stand. Playing underhanded and striking by surprise might seem more effective, but that's just as insignificant as a jack-in-the-box. A real orthodox attack can punch through anything. Yeah, I guess the teacher left, or she was on board. Either way, I could see either happening, honestly. Yeah, I heard that even in karate, a straightforward punch can deliver the greatest impact. When you think about the physics of it, it's only natural a straightforward, simple, head-on strike would hold the most power. We're already doing the right thing by saving Satoko. Therefore, there's no need for us to do anything underhanded to accomplish that. We need to fight openly. Oh, now Shion's okay. Shion's okay with this. Great. So, who? Who are we fighting against? That's a good question, Okamura-kun. This is a fight, true. However, we're not going to be violent with anyone. We're following the rules. This is the honest way to conduct a battle. Before we go any further, let me get back to just how we're going to save Satoko. This is the current situation. Satoko is there. Her uncle is locking her up inside the house. Apparently, she has had no obvious injuries as of yesterday, but we don't know for sure if she hasn't gotten hurt since then. Besides, preventing her from going to school is already child abuse. Check this out. This is a brochure that Mion brought from the Child Consultation Center. It's written clearly in here. Keeping a child away from school is abuse. On top of that, her uncle left Satoko on her own for a year. That's considered neglect. Neglect also counts as abuse. However, the Child Consultation Center didn't even take that into consideration. They ignored the fact that he neglected her for 1 year, and that they believe that she hasn't come to school because she's sick. They concluded that Satoko is not being abused because she has no obvious injuries at that point. What do all of you think? Maibara-san, this is a plain case of child abuse. Yeah, because I totally believe a bunch of 11-year-olds will say this. But, you know, let's suspend our belief. Off top of this, music slaps. The Higurashi music can be a really hit or miss. Some of it is good, some of it is not. You know, they're 11. It's like 14-ish. But the class is like, so it's a really rural village, right? So there's one class. So it's a range of ages from 14 to like 7. So, you know, I'm just assuming the 11's like the middle range, you know? Okay. Just because she doesn't have any injuries doesn't prove that she's not getting abused. I agree with him. How come they can't see it? It's so obvious. What Mion's heard from inside her office. 2 or 3 days isn't enough time to determine if abuse is taking place or not. Apparently, they can only recognize it as abuse after it continued for over several months or several years. What? That's crazy. They changed a lot of the music from what I played? Really? No way. That's crazy. They changed a lot of the music. Ah, that's crazy. What? That's actually insane, because I have all the old stuff turned on, because like I wanted to see how it was when it was originally made. But dang, that kind of sucks. That kind of sucks. But the new music is good, so you know, I'm not all complaining. I think it was a rights ownership thing. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. She says they have to evaluate the situation very carefully. So what do y'all think about that? Do you think keeping Satoko in that house for several months is a good idea? No way! No way! Exactly. Absolutely no way. Child Consultation Center has no idea how much danger Satoko is facing right now. They don't know how terrible it was for her last year. That's why they're just putting her case on hold. What would you do, Tomita-kun? Sir, I think the issue here is that the Child Consultation Center isn't grasping the urgency of her situation. I think someone needs to go there and explain to them how serious this is.
Right. It might be a routine for them to wait and see what happens. But in Satoko-chan's case, that's not applicable. Her uncle was abusing her last year too. He was taking out his stress on her. After the death of her aunt, he left Satoko-chan all alone and disappeared somewhere for an entire year.
You know what? We even have information that he disappeared because he tried to move in with his lover in Okinomiya. What was Satoko doing while he left her? She was fortunate because Rika-chan offered her a place to stay. What if Rika-chan wasn't there for her? She'd have no choice but to try and survive on her own. Furthermore, we also know he came back to Hinamizawa because his lover disappeared somewhere. In other words, she dumped him. He had no choice but to come back to Hinamizawa, and he forced Satoko to live with him again. Her neighbors have even seen her doing the laundry too. The reason he took Satoko with him is clear. He took her so she could work as his slave. How could anyone do something like that? Is there anyone in this classroom that would call such a rotten person a parent? After he spent a full year playing around with his mistress only to come around waltzing back and throwing his weight around. No way! Right, he's not her guardian. But the Child Consultation Center still calls him that. They claim that they'd have to go through family court in order to take his parental rights. Who has the right to decide whether he's good enough to be Satoko's guardian? It shouldn't be the court. It should be decided based on common sense. I can say this clearly. He's not Satoko's guardian. We need to make that clear to the Child Consultation Center. Child Consultation Center is the only organization that can help Satoko before she's physically abused. The police won't move unless it develops into a criminal case. Do you think that we're going to wait until Satoko becomes a victim?
We can't just sit around until that happens. That's why we're going to make our move now. We hit the Okinomiya Child Consultation Center yesterday.
Oh wait, this is Keiji talking. This is what they wrote down after we did. 5 classmates of Satsuko Hojo made a visitation to request her protection. Do you know what that means? 5 classmates are not enough. We need your help. We need all of you. This is your chance to do something meaningful in your life. If you don't help us, you're not our friends. Okay, that's going a little far. All you have to do is support me. I will do all the talking, and our club members are going to do all the fighting. We just want you guys to support us. If that's not enough, feel free to join the fight. Let them know the spirit of the Hinamizawa branch school. She finally showed up. Mayabara-kun, are you starting a revolution? What are you doing? Yeah, we are playing Ace Attorney. That's what this has turned into. Mayabara-kun, what is going on? Q-sensei looked into the classroom, the commotion having attracted her attention. As soon as she tried to step inside the class, someone behind her stopped her. Oh, Principal! Miss Chie, I would like to have some tea. Would you make me a cup, please? It was a clear display of his intent to not disrupt Keiichi's speech. Are you sure? There's lots of young children in the class. They all go to the Child Consultation Center. How can we explain it to their parents? Oh my god.
Chie.
Well, Rika just called her Chie? Without... Oh my god. Just, no Chie-sensei, just straight up calling her for her name is crazy. Rude-san, what's going on here?
Everyone is trying so hard for Satoko's sake. I can't do anything, so I need their help. But I can at least try to stop you from stopping them.
She had never seen Rika staring at her with an expression like that. She was surprised to see Rika looking so determined. Why would you want to stop them? Principal. This is splendid, isn't it? They should do what they can. I will take responsibility for whatever happens. Principal pounded his own chest. J-sensei couldn't object any longer. I understand. Just make sure that no one gets hurt. You must all follow the rules and find your manners. You have to promise me that.
Thank you very much.
I'm proud of you, Miss Chie. My students are teaching me many lessons. Yes, I've made my decision. My students are like my own children. And what mother wouldn't protect her own children? Alright! Yeah, it's real gamer time now. Alright. Head back out as soon as you get home today and meet us at the Okinomiya Library. Child Consultation Center is on the 1st floor. Yeah! Wait.
Chie-sensei.
Sensei, are you going to stop us? Hold on, my cat is walking on my computer. No! No! I didn't want her to turn the computer off. She could have stepped on the power. Okay, we're good. Certainly not. I truly understand your passion. I'm going to support you, as long as you follow the rules. Yeah! I'm coming with you to make sure you behave yourselves. Is that okay? Yeah! Alright. Here we go. We're getting all fired up. I'm scared. Headed for the library as soon as we got back home from school. I'd expect that a few kids wouldn't show up, but surprisingly, everyone came along. I could tell just how driven they were. It was also encouraging to have Chie-sensei there with us. I had to admit I had been feeling a bit guilty for dragging everyone to the consultation center. As long as Chie-sensei was with us, I didn't need to feel that guilt. Maibara-san, please come to the counter. Oh, here we go, and there's like freaking... I guess the class is like 16 kids, maybe? That's being generous. So it's 16 plus Chie-sensei. Hello, I'm Maibara. How can we help you today? They wrote the registration form. Came to tell you about the danger Satoko Hojo is in. How many of you are here today? And how are you all related to her? We're Satoko's classmates and her teacher. There are 27 of us. Oh my god. 27! Well, our consultation room is not very large. Can we just ask a few people to come and sign as representatives?
Then shouldn't you prepare a bigger room, like a meeting room? I believe you should be arranging a room for us, not asking us to adjust to yours.
Just give us a moment. Receptionist seemed troubled. She told us to head back to our seats. Started to make a phone call to someone. Oh my god. Good job, Rena. I consider myself a pro, and even I thought that threat was perfectly timed.
Oh, are you trying to compliment me?
Rena is good at reading other people's minds. Sometimes she can use that talent against the enemy to intimidate them. A strange atmosphere permeated the office. Must have been the first time a whole class has visited on the behalf of one child. It was as though we were here for a school trip. Well, hello. I'm Hariyama, the manager of the center. Please take a seat. Let's go! We got the manager! We literally... freaking Keiichi stepped up and he was like, hey, can I talk to the freaking manager? He Karen'd it. He Karen'd it, and he succeeded. This is amazing. Nobody has more government authority in anime than school children. That's so true. Bana! She needs to stop stepping on my freaking computer! Come here. We're in a crazy moment, and you need to chill. Okay. I'm sorry for bringing the whole class to your office. I'm Chie from the Hinamizawa branch school. We're here to talk with you today. They were treating us so differently that we had 5 times as many kids, plus 1 adult. Instead of that small consultation room, they took us to a big meeting hall. On top of that, the manager was there, alongside the lady from yesterday. I'll let Maibara-kun do the talking. Sensei sat down at the far end of the table. She was just there to look after us. Besides, like I said, we were the ones who were going to fight. It was fine if Chie-sensei just stayed there and watched us quietly. I'm Keiichi Maibara. Nice to meet you. Well, I've heard that yesterday you visited us with 5 of your friends to present your valuable thoughts to us on the Satoko Hojo-san's case. Are you here on a different matter today? I hadn't expected that they would start the conversation. What were they thinking?
I don't like how ambiguous this feels. It feels like they're debating on how to move, unsure if the fault lies with us or not.
Kei-chan, you should clearly tell them why we came here and let them know that they're in the wrong. My friends were analyzing the situation behind me. Felt like I was having a meeting. She needs to stop standing on my freaking computer! How do I stop her? She's so baby. Hold on. I know. I'll play with her with one hand and play the game with the other. Let me get her string, her favorite string. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. We chilling now. Yeah, I also got treats, so now she gets treats and toy. Wait, we can't say- No, she does. She's a little dumb. She doesn't know that word. I feel like dogs know that word a lot more than cats do, but maybe it's because dogs care more about treats. Okay. Oh, where was I? Right. My friends were analyzing the situation behind me. I felt like I was having a meeting with the president of a foreign country. Actually, that wasn't far from the truth. I was sort of the prime minister. I was representing the whole class. I needed to be polite, but stern. Alright, let's attack from this angle then. Kei-chan, tell them something like this. Got it? And gave me her attack plan. Really is how Mion operates best. She's weak on defense, and I can bear the brunt with impudence. Impudence? I don't know that word. While Mion issues perfect orders from behind. Took my friend's analyses and advice in consideration, and calmly opened my mouth. No. But first let me confirm something with you. I've come here today to make sure what we came to you... What? Hold on. We've come here today to make sure what we came to you convey yesterday was properly conveyed to you. So I apologize if this seems rude, but could you please tell us how much you grasped from our conversation yesterday? It's alright if that just means reading a memo out loud. They became quiet for a second. May have been only a short time, but the silence felt much longer than that. I could see the manager's expression turning serious. Thought I was just dealing with social studies class, but suddenly his response changed to that of one dealing with a protest group of local citizens. From my understanding, we've acknowledged that you came to appeal that Sotoko Hojo-san is in an extreme situation meriting temporary protection from our agency, then we should expedite our response. I believe that our staff, at the time, explained that we are not taking her situation lightly, and are currently discussing the appropriate measures. So taking into consideration that the fact that Satoko Hojo was suffering abuse from her uncle at this time last year, do you still believe an urgent response is unnecessary? Well, our organization has no confirmed records that Teppei Hojo-san was administering abuse at this time last year.
How could he?
What the hell are you guys doing last year? She was being abused by both her aunt and uncle. Please don't tell us you were only aware of the abuse from her aunt. Normally we don't talk about such private affairs, but under these circumstances, I think it's acceptable to say. We are aware there was trouble between Satoko-san and her aunt, Tamae-san. However, we have no record showing that her uncle was also involved in the abuse. In fact, when we interviewed her neighbors, several mentioned Tamae-san's light hysteric tendencies, but none ever brought up the name of her uncle, Teppei-san.
We believe that's simply because his abuse didn't stand out under the shadow of her aunt's, especially vicious nature. We do not believe that constitutes evidence that her uncle was not abusing her as well.
I see. So you claim there's a likelihood that Teppei-san also inflicted abuse on the child at this time last year. The manager and staff beside him jotted that down with a pen, as if to show that that was their first time hearing the information. This is why we came here today. We believe the Child Consultation Center doesn't have a proper understanding of her present situation. We believe you should be able to see how urgent this case is once you fully understand it. I see. We're taking that into consideration. Please allow us to do more thorough investigation into Teppei-san.
We've mentioned this yesterday as well, but her uncle had abandoned his responsibilities as guardian for over a year. We received no response on this information yesterday. What is your organization's opinion on this matter?
Of course, our office is aware that Teppei-san was absent from his residence for a year. We have interviewed him on that matter. So what was his excuse? I mean, you can't talk about it for privacy reasons, but if he convinced all of you, he must have justified leaving her alone for a whole year, right? If you believe living with his mistress in Okinomiya is sufficient reason for abandoning his responsibilities for a full year, then we'd like to receive that in writing. That's crazy! Oh my god. No. Is that what happened? He explained to us that he was forced to work away from home in order to raise Satoko-san. So this is our first time hearing that. Oh my god, of course, he freaking lied about everything. Oh my god. What the hell? They just believed that crap?
This is your first time hearing that, then you should also know Satoko's been absent from school 3 days in a row now. When he contacted the school yesterday to say that she had a cold, the only hospital in the village, 88 Clinic, had no records of her being examined. What do you believe the proper response is for a guardian who refuses to take a child to the hospital when she's been bedridden with illness for 3 days in a row?
Well, we've confirmed that she was absent one day, but 3 days in a row is news to us as well. However, our social worker met directly with Satoko-san and confirmed that the child in question denies the occurrence of abuse. When we asked if she was to continue living with Teppei-san, she answered in the affirmative. Oh, that's so sad. Oh my god. Because when someone's in that situation, they're so scared to speak out that even when, like, presented with freedom, even presented with the chance to get away, you can't take it. Oh my god.
So there's no abuse as long as she says so?
That's one of the more difficult aspects. Whether the child herself feels she is suffering abuse or not is a very important factor. Much like the definition of bullying. While the bully may not believe they are bullying, it's bullying if the recipient believes it is.
So you can't do anything unless she admits she's being abused and seeks your help herself?
No, that is not quite how it works. Our organization investigates the child's environment. If we find any problems that might harm their lifestyle, we take appropriate action to protect them. However, we don't believe Satoko-san's case has reached that level of danger at present. Well, you clearly haven't seen their house, because, bruh. No urgency at this point? That was exactly how the Child Consultation Center felt about Satoko's case. Our classmates who had been watching the discussion burst into an uproar.
How can you say something like that? What makes you believe that she's not in danger?
First of all, Satoko-san denies the abuse, and not only that, she has no visible injuries either. Also, she is being provided with shelter, food, and clothes. We can't say that Teppei-san is not taking responsibility as her guardian. Both of them seem to have no complaints about their current living arrangements. We believe that we do not need to further discuss Teppei-san's past. But unfortunately, we also believe that you and your friends are overreacting to the situation. Oh my god, he straight up said it. He straight up said it, that they're overreacting. Oh, frick. That's crazy. Oh, they're not gonna be happy about that. Oh. Overreacting! That was perfectly timed, by the way.
Calm down, Keiichi-kun. Let's not take it too personally.
Damn it. Why are they treating us like this? They think that we're only acting this way based on what happened last year. I see. Consultation Center was assuming that this year's cases and last year's cases were two separate issues. On top of that, Satoko was denying the abuse entirely. Teppei-san regrets the fact that he had to leave Satoko-san alone because of having to work for her sake. He promised that he would stay with her from now on and raise her lovingly. Oh, that is the saddest freaking thing. He's such a freaking liar. Bang! Heard a loud noise. Someone had just pounded the table. Everyone, including the manager, was startled. That was probably Chie. Because, like, what, Chie? Yeah, no way. I figured it must have been Shion, but it was Rena. Oh. Whoa. Her face had turned as furious as a demon's. It's best for a child to live with their parents. There are things that you can only learn from the love of your family. For that Satoko-san was living with another minor for the past year and has not been living under any adult. This could greatly harm her future, as she is still a sensitive growing child. I'm sure that in your friendship with her, you all believe she may be the happiest that way. But could you please give Satoko-san and Teppei-san the opportunity to start their new life as uncle and niece and watch over them kindly? Oh my god. Bro, at least let the girl into the house and show them around and see all the disgusting things that are in the house and all the broken furniture and how scared she is all the time. Oh, God. Weren't you listening to any of the things we said? You're saying that you're not going to help her. Oh wait, you're saying you're not going to help her unless Satoko asks for your help? How is she supposed to seek help if she's being locked inside her house? She can't even go outside or make a phone call. How can she seek help? We came here in her stead because she can't be here herself. You're not even willing to listen to us. That's not what we're trying to say. We will remember that over 20 of her classmates visited to talk about Satoko-san's case. We'll take what happened today in consideration when we make any further decisions about her case.
When are you going to make the decision? Can you guarantee us that Satoko-chan won't get hurt before that decision is made?
Oh,
If something happens to her, will you take responsibility?
That's crazy. That's crazy. Take responsibility, government. Because you're not doing anything. You're letting this happen. Oh my god. If she even gets a single bruise on her body, you're in huge trouble.
Jion-san, that's enough. Please, tell us when you will make the decision.
That's right. How long is it going to take you? Like I said, we need to take the matter seriously and make a careful decision. In order to do so, we will continue to meet with the two of them and investigate so that her and her father, her uncle, can have a better relationship. God. As aggravating as it is in this story, I do find it hard to believe that any child services group would rule in favor of making a girl move away from her guardian and back into his shed with another kid. It's not a shed! But yeah, I do get what you're saying. Yeah. No sad music! We're still fired up! We still fired up! We gotta play the epic ninja music. It's not sad yet. Nothing. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. Everything's fine. Sad ninja music. It's okay. It's okay. Please wait and see what happens for a while. We ask you to do so for her sake.
So that's your response? You're saying that it isn't urgent, even though we came here to tell you that it is.
I was starting to get lost in what they were trying to say, but Rena's words made me realize everything. I came here to tell them that they need to protect her right away. Okay, maybe not that happy yet. Maybe not that happy yet. It's neither that happy or that upsetting. It's just kind of like midway. Maybe we can do, coffin dance for Tepe's dead corpse when we haul him away into prison. Yeah, that works. We came here to tell them they need to protect her right away. They clearly told us that they didn't see any reason to do so. We understand that there may be a reason for urgency. We will take your opinion into consideration and make our decision. I hope that will satisfy you. First glance, it sounded like they were speaking humbly, but our insistence of the urgency of Satoko's situation was spinning their wheels. They had no intention of meeting us halfway. Right, they are officials. Plus, they have the authority that can change the life of an individual like Satoko. Considering that, being a little overcautious and carefully deliberating matters wasn't the wrong response for them, and I would have understood if this wasn't so professional. But in reality, Satoko had no time to spare. We could see that, because we understood everything. We knew how Satoko would reject me after I rubbed her head, because of the horrible abuse she got from her uncle. That nightmare will come true in just a few days. In that nightmare, I knew that I should save her, but I just wasted my time. I wasn't going to make the same mistake. I had to make a move immediately. Marabar-kun, did you say everything you wanted to? Yes. That's it for today. Thank you very much for giving us this opportunity. Everyone, please bow to them. Class President, will you take the lead? Thank you very much. No, thank you for your valuable opinions. I'd say that was more productive. They had to have taken them seriously now. Thank you, everyone. Be careful on your way home. We all came back to Himizawa together, and it's time for us to part. The class president, Mion, gave everyone the notice we were dismissed. However, everyone stuck around to talk about what just happened today. We came back to Himizawa on our bikes. We didn't really get to talk with each other. Now that we'd gotten off of them, we finally got to say what we wanted.
This is the first time that everyone in the class had gotten together and fought for someone like this.
Reminds me of the dam conflict. Everyone's feelings are united. That's true. None of these kids participated in the conflict, even though they might remember it from when they were a baby. But what we did today was more polite than what they did in the dam conflict. No one is bleeding, and there are no bombs or riot police. That's true. That's true.
Unity is the best thing about Hinamizawa.
It's true. Chainsaw Man's blood is boiling for the first time in a while. Gonna head out. Sad to miss the rest of the stream. Really want to see Teppei's corpse. I'll notify you if Teppei's corpse shows up. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for adding the wondrous music to this horrible existence of Higurashi. But we appreciate. Yeah, join the Discord if you want to. People in Hinamizawa all got together to fight against the dam project. Everyone working together as a team means a lot to the villagers here. If there's one person coming, 2 should throw rocks at them. And if there are 2, 4 should do so. If there are 4, then 8. If there's 1,000, the whole village should stand up and fight.
What's that? A figure of speech?
It's something that our grandma used to say. She was trying to tell the villagers to band together and fight. When there's one enemy, 2 should fight together. And when there are 1,000, the whole village should fight together. I see. She wanted the villagers to unite and defeat their enemies. It means more than that. Uniting to fight together is one thing. It also means the whole village should unite and fight for the sake of an individual. It's the real meaning is that everyone should share the individual's pain, sympathize with them, and fight for them too.
Wow, that sounds very similar to what's happening right now.
In other words, the battle that we're fighting now represents Hinamizawa as a whole. I see. Everyone supported me, not because they were impressed by my speech, but because it's their nature to unite like that. Classmates were all sticking around and discussing the issues surrounding Satoko. Some of them, it's like a return of the dam conflict, and also a big chance for those who'd never experienced it. It almost felt like a festival. Most of them thought that we didn't make much progress today, though. My bar-san! So their conclusion is that they're not going to save Hojo-san, right? Their answer wasn't that bad, but you're right in the sense that they'll watch her suffer.
I live close to him, so I know what kind of a guy that uncle is. He's not normal.
We figured out that the people at the child consultation center don't understand anything. But we can't just give up after today either. Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun seemed serious. They weren't just supporting me. They wanted to make a move themselves.
We're gonna have to work hard to save Hojo-san. Yeah, I agree.
Hard to believe that these are the same innocent kids who are always running around the school. Really happy to see them so motivated.
Of course we are. Satoko is our friend. We're going to save her. So please lend us your support again.
No, Mayabara-san. This is our responsibility as her classmates. We're not fighting because you're asking us to. We're doing so because we want to. I'm impressed to hear that from you, Tomita-kun. Shall we go there again tomorrow?
I don't think we should take any days off.
Consistency is important. I agree with Rena-san. But it's only going to end with the same result if we go there with the same people again. I think today was more effective because there were more people. Oh my god!
Then shall we go there with even more people tomorrow? Shall we?
Oh god. Rena turned back towards everyone as she spoke. We all understood what she was trying to say. Oh my god, no freaking way. This has to all come crumbling down. I don't understand. I really don't believe something good will happen. Nothing good happens in Higurashi. Nothing. Not all children from Hinamizawa go to the Hinamizawa branch school. Around half of them go to the school in Okinomiya. Those children are not our classmates, but they're still our friends from around the neighborhood. Hinamizawa is a small village after all. They know Satoko as well as we do. They also know what's going on with her right now. Rumors spread at the speed of light in Hinamizawa. I can tell that by now, everyone in the village knows about my embarrassing history of undergoing punishments. I'll talk to Daisuke when I go home. I bet he'd come with us.
I'll call my friends when I get back home too. School in Okinomiya isn't that far from the library.
That's a good idea. I'll try and get more people too. This is turning out well. I think we can get at least 10 more people on our side. Try reaching out to a few of the old members of the kids club too. You know, Sonozaki family has ties with Yakuza. But I know they want to do it legally, so they can't, Okay, whatever. I think I can get at least 3 of them to come with us. I'll ask my friends from cram school too. But none of them know about Satoko or her situation. They're just friends of mine, so it'll only be about 4 people. Do you think it might be difficult to get other adults involved? Well, people on the town council don't want anything to do with the Hojo family. Because of what happened during the dam conflict. How about older people? Can you get old people on our side? Can't you get old people on our side? Is my memory making stuff up, or was he gambling with his friends when he returned? He was gambling. Teppei came back, and he was gambling and drinking at home with Satoko. You know, casual uncle things, right? Yeah, okay. To the authorities, he was gambling, and he will be in the Shadow Realm by the end of the day. True. Oh my god.
Older people are bitter towards Satoko.
People who believe in the curse of a Yashuda-sama really think that the Hojo family deserves what they get. So we can only get more children, but no adults. How many of us will there be?
At this rate, there are going to be about 17 more children. I don't know if they will make it, but hopefully there will be more than 40 of us. 40 people? I'm impressed, Keiichi.
You think 40 is enough, Rika-chan?
What?
I grinned and tapped Rika-chan's chest. It's not enough. 40 is not enough to knock out those stubborn people. We need at least 20 more. I'm sure 60 people would intimidate them. But where can we get that much help? You have no idea. My name is Keiichi Maebara. If I say I'm going to accomplish something, I will. I'm scared. What does this mean? Oh no. Oh no, the people from the freaking maid cafe. Oh frick. I don't know if that's good or not. Remember, gambling is illegal. You're allowed to win stuff like plushies, which the store next door will exchange for money. Yeah, for some reason. So that's the whole story, Kamada-kun. We're going to launch our 3rd attack tomorrow evening. Will you help us? I don't want to reject your request, Kay. We ate that jumbo parfait together. That was our vow as sworn brothers. I want to help you, Kay. But tomorrow is not a good day. What? Why is that, Kamada? You can't lend a hand to this poor innocent girl. Where's your pride as a 2-dimensional warrior? 2-dimensional warrior! You deserve a beating, clench those teeth. Wait a minute, Kei-san. Please listen to me. I would help her if it wasn't tomorrow. Oh, frick. Okay. See, this is an example of the horrible things, of the disgusting ways that Higurashi can be. You know, because for some reason, during all these awesome, cool, serious moments, they need to add this. For reasons I'm not aware of. Does he become friends with the baseball dessert guy in every timeline? Yeah, I really think so. I would help her if it was tomorrow. Of course I love Justin, schoolmates. Normally I'd be happy to even lick Sato's sucks. But I just can't tomorrow. You bastard. Tell me, Kameda. I'll knock at least 3 of your teeth out, even if you can't make it because of your parents' funeral. Oh my god, it's his parents' funeral! Don't make him! Oh my god, that's crazy. I can't come tomorrow because tomorrow is the dessert festival here at Angelmore. Oh, okay. So it's the dessert fiesta. What? What did you say? It's the dessert fiesta, Kei-san. It's the dessert fiesta of Angelmore. It gets bonus points for using the hiragana for fiesta. I actually won an admission ticket. I'm not going to invite anyone but you. Let's go and pig out on the sweet girls, cakes. What is what is that? Is he shooting him? Is Keiichi shooting him? Yeah, I think Keiichi is shooting him. Yeah, please, Kesa. I will help you the day after tomorrow. So please let me go to the fiesta tomorrow. Please, I'm begging you.
Keiichi-kun, I think you should let him go for tomorrow.
No, I can't. I can't let him go. Kamada, you've dared to weigh cakes against a real little girl. You only gain the right to eat cake when you can save the girl. For starters, you don't even have any understanding of how good Satoko is. Listen, Satoko's charm is that which seems soon at first glance. But you set off her flag, she grows dere. She's the classic tsundere. You should understand that the greatest appeal of a tsundere lies between the gap between her tsun and dere. Oh my god. Normally, she's all tsun without an ounce of eroticism. But once you flip her switch, suddenly she's dere. No, frick, man. The gap between her on-off states is her charm. Just like the first and last half of Higurashi's plot itself? Hold on. She's just like the first and last half of Higurashi's plot itself. In other words, Satoko is the true Miss Higurashi. Why do they break the fourth wall like this? That is insane. I don't believe she is the true Miss Higurashi, but maybe she could be in the fact that she is tsundere, and she goes back and forth. He said the line, title drop, end of the game, we peaked. Yeah, that's it, it's over. It's over, guys. On top of that, she has the added spice of the little sister element that's growing his standard now, as well as being a soul uke. Wow. That's actually insane. Do you guys know what a uke is? Oh my god! Holy moly, it's still going! Let me know if you don't know what a uke is, because I can explain. That's more of a yaoi term, so I'm surprised. Oh my god, it's going off the page! Okay, let me read all this real quick. She's the new generation of a heroine with a perfect level of rebellious spirit, making her grand descent into this world overflowing with romantically independent heroines. You want to know how amazing her advent is? She's as incredible as a blonde princess alighting in an open field, but she's not a goddess. So don't go spouting upload, or pass please. If you can't understand her appeal, then what are you? Where's your pride as a 2D warrior? What? Would you dare to say you're moving to fake 3D now with the increases in polygon count? You're a century too early. Our progenitors are from the age when heroines were displayed in 256-bit with 8 colors. They found love in moe there, evolving their... Okay. Against my will, I know. Same. Yeah, well, I'm glad you guys know, so I don't have to explain it. None of that was to escape into the 2D world. It was an evolution of love derived from their love of real women. The statue of Venus and the Mona Lisa are all epitome of our progenitors' feelings by moe. By the way, I think the girl with the fewest pixels was... I don't know who that is. Oh my god, it's going by itself. I didn't do anything. Yes, we 2D warriors search for the truth behind those walls of pixels and polygons, seeking their true form. So how could you say you would choose those pixels and polygons over a real live little girl that exists without those walls between you? That proves you've lost sight of your goal and settled for half measures. 2D warriors do not deny the 3D. They are the new generation of 3D warriors. Anyway, all I want to say is this. Which console is going to get Resident Evil and Metal Gear? By the way, the new Dead or Alive is coming out too, right? Is it true that Zack's made out of the same number? What? That's insane! Hold on, I want to read that last one. Oh, it doesn't do the last one. Okay, fine. I don't think I had classmates like this, in public at least. Closest was a friend when we first talked in class. I think I've met one person like this. One individual. A lot of epic nerd references. Yes, I love epic nerd references. Hee hee hee. So silly. Yeah, I'm watching this new Don Machi anime, the girl with the twin tails, and he just screams, and the big boobed lolly. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that sounds horrible. I'm sorry, I was wrong. What was I thinking? What have I done? It's okay, Kamada. Mistakes are there, so you can only realize that you've made them. You just realized your mistake and became a better man. Take my hand. The door to the next millennium is right in front of you. The person I shared the math course also bragged about the fact that I somehow played 17 hours of League of Legends mobile in a day. Okay, first of all, League of Legends Lamau. Second of all, Among Us. Third of all, League of Legends mobile? And they're bragging? Well, thank you for the hydration, by the way. That's crazy. Is LOL the universal punching bag in every country? Yes. 100% it is. It is. Okay.
Ichi-kun and Kamada-kun seem to be having lots of fun, but I have no idea what they're talking about.
Don't bother. Don't bother. I got it, Kay. On my honor as a man, I will help you save that girl. They have dessert fiestas 4 times a year. So what if I miss one of them? It's not a big deal.
He seems so down. Meep.
By the way, Mion, you said you're going to give me 3 years worth of dessert fiesta admissions as a reward for the auction, right? I'll give you one. I'll give you 1 year admission if you help me, Kamada-kun. No thank you, Kay. I'm a man. I'd be ashamed of myself if I was saving this girl because I was getting a reward.
Chi-chan, do you think we can do something for him? Do you?
How about this? I'll remove his name from the blacklist. Why is his name in the blacklist? Blacklist? What's that? Normal customers don't know about this, huh? There are customers that cause trouble in this restaurant sometimes. And if they do something wrong, their name gets written on the blacklist. Once their name gets written down enough times, they're no longer allowed to enter the restaurant. Stop it now. I'm an Angel Wart master. I would never behave so unmannered as to get myself on such a blacklist. You touched a waitress improperly twice, called a waitress just to talk with her, and sold tickets outside of the restaurant. You'll be forbidden from entering after one more transgression. No way! I can't believe this. That's horrible. If I can come to Angel Wart, I'll have no reason to live. However, I'm impressed that you're so willing to save Satoko. I'll erase your name from this list as a reward. Thank you so much, thank you so much.
Hey Mi-chan, does that blacklist really exist?
Some man has no idea. Kamada-kun, thank you. Let me know if you can't get a ticket for the next dessert fiesta. I'll invite you. Yay! Hug. Hug. That's all it says. We reaffirmed our strong friendship. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll bring my baseball team members with me. Should be able to get at least 10 people. Let's go! Sounds like her uncle is a really crazy guy. Wouldn't it be faster just to kick his ass rather than going to child consultation center? Yes, it would be faster. But we've been over this. We can't do that.
We can't do that, otherwise he'd take revenge on Satoko-chan.
I see. Of course, we can't commit murder either. Alright, let's do it the right way. We don't want to get arrested by the police. 10 people still not enough. You think you can get more people from somewhere? You need more people, huh? Let me take care of it. Hamada grinned at me and suddenly stood up and shouted. Hey, you guys, you heard everything, didn't you? Brothers have a ticket for tomorrow. I'm not going to force you. But if you're free, give us a hand. Everyone in the restaurant looked at him. There were a lot of people around. Dessert fiesta's tomorrow. Shouldn't today have just been a normal day? You're not wrong, but the people who missed out from tickets for the dessert fiesta are here today. All these guys are regulars. I don't know their names, but we see each other all the time in this restaurant. What did you think about his story, guys? The longer I listen to it, the more upset I get. Isn't that right, my comrades? Locking a real girl up? I want to do that. I mean, I can't allow that to continue. I'll punish any guy who can't be nice to a girl. He can do it in his imagination, but it's unacceptable in the real world. Tell us to come with you, Kay. We admire your hunger. The Okinomiya Squadron is prepared to enact a rescue operation. Oh my god. This is Operation Satoko! Your mission starts tomorrow evening. Make sure your clock is on time and your will is written. This may be the day you die. I'm sorry, you guys. Thank you for your help. You don't even know her. Can't abandon her just because of a tiny thing like that. Besides, we know very much about Princess Satoko. Oh, that's freaking disgusting. That's actually freaking disgusting. That's so gross. That's actually disgusting. I'm not even gonna say that. Holy god. So, oh my god. I'm gonna erase that from our brain. Sorry. That's bad. That's so freaking bad. Therefore, this is a personal matter for us as well. Alright, you guys. I'm gonna rely on you. You need to back me up, okay? Be ready to fight tomorrow evening. It's a core memory now. Oh no. Yeah, K, yeah, K. K1, K1.
Keiichi's such a popular guy.
He's popular with the town council too. He used to be popular in the most unexpected places. Lots of other people seem to respect him too. Some of the waitresses here are also concerned about Satoko. They say they want to come and support us when they're off.
Wow. I guess we have about 60 people now. We might get even more than that. So, this is the power to defeat fate?
Yes, it is, Rika-chan. This is the power to defeat fate. Except I have a fear. I still am afraid because... how close are we? How close are we to the Watanagashi Festival? How close are we? Because we know bad things are going to happen when the day comes. That night, I attended a meeting for the Watanagashi Festival Committee. That means it's tomorrow? Tomorrow is the Watanagashi Festival? Ooh, can't wait to see who's gonna die and who's gonna go missing. Everyone assembled at the meeting room in the Furude Shrine. Seen the building a few times, but I hadn't actually been inside before. There were pictures depicting the history of the Dan conflict on the wall. According to Mion, this assembly building was used as a headquarters of the Dan protest back in the day. There was a huge flag that said Onigafuchi Guardians hanging on the wall. People had written messages on it. I had been called to the meeting so I could introduce myself. I had been chosen to be the host of the auction several days ago, so my first time actually attending a meeting. There were about 30 committee members in the room. My dad and I were introduced to them. Since I'm still a minor, I had to bring him along with me. I'd often heard the name parental rights recently because of Satoko's situation. And because of that, I'd been thinking about the relationship between me and my dad. The Maibara family is a pretty happy one, I think. I'm blessed to have parents like them. Hello, I'm Keiichi Maibara. This is my first time doing something like this, and I'm very nervous. But I'll do my best. Here, here! Do your best, young man. Their friendly smiles and applause made me realize again how welcoming people are in this village. I felt pressured as I thought about how big responsibility I was going to undertake at the festival. As I looked so nervous, the leaders of the committee all came up to me and said that I could just act natural and do my thing. Thank you for offering my son such an important position. Sorry that I'm unable to participate in council activities to my job, but I'll do what I can to support my son. Clap, 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 clap. My dad must be used to making speeches. Alright then, we'll break into our groups and start the meeting. It's going to last until 8:50 p.m. Please begin your discussions as soon as you can. The festival committee can be broken up in different teams, like the general affairs team, the construction team, refreshment booth team, ceremony team. Each team has separate meetings. My dad and I were told to join the event team. But after all, we joined toward the end without knowing anything. And the festival was next Sunday. Okay, it's next Sunday. We're good. We're okay. It's next Sunday. Wait, what day is today? They went to school, so it has to be like Friday or Thursday. Yeah. I didn't understand anything they were saying. I couldn't even express any opinions anyway. Nodding and pretending to participate in proceedings was the most we could do. Near the end, I finally got the information about the auction I needed. Found out what time I was supposed to be backstage, and other stuff about my job like that. They asked me what I was going to wear, and I stopped short. Thought I could just wear my regular clothes, but they suggested I should wear something more flashy, since I was the host of the event. I don't have any clothes like that. How about a suit with a bow tie? That would make you look like a real MC. A bow tie? That's so embarrassing. I want to wear something more casual than that. How's the meeting going, Kei-chan? What you talking about? Talking about what he's going to wear during the auction. If you don't have anything flashy to wear, I can get you something like that. Really? Oh, I'm sorry, I haven't introduced myself. I'm Keiichi's father. Dad, I don't trust him to get me proper clothes. I'm sure he won't get me anything from men. Oh my god, he's gonna get him like a maid outfit or something. Bow tie is fine, I'll just wear that. If I didn't compromise on that, Irie and Mion would try and make me wear something outrageous. She'd also want me to wear women's clothes. You're part of the committee too, huh? Which team are you on? He's on the General Affairs team, where he's in charge of first aid. We always ask for his help, since he's a doctor and all. All I have to do is give band-aids to people who trip and fall. It's an easy job. For the most part, I'm just drinking beer under the main tent. Don't be a drunk doctor! Don't! It's nothing compared to your work, Mayabara-san. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm going to drink barley tea with him too. Nippa! Nippa!
You absolutely cannot, Furude-san. Oh, good evening, Mayabara-kun. Nice to see you too, Mayabara-san. Hello, ma'am. Thank you for being so nice to my son all the time. Mayabara-kun, are you ready for the auction? I'm looking forward to seeing your show. Felt weird to see Chie-sensei and the principal outside of school. Is literally everyone here? How many freaking people are here? I'm afraid. You can't do this to me, Higurashi. You can't put me in this freaking position where everything is going fine, everyone's here and everyone's happy and everything's fine. Something is going to happen. And I don't know what it is. And Watsunagashi is a week away. Or many days away. Oh my god. Rika-chan, you're performing a dance at the festival, right? Heard it's right after my show. I'm looking forward to it. It's a traditional ceremony that she's performing. I'm sure you're nervous about it, huh? How do you feel this year?
I'm used to it now, so I'm fine.
Only done it once last year, but you're already used to it? I'm impressed. Mayabara-san, it's been a while. Oh, Oishi-san, it's nice to see you. Have you been practicing Tsubamegaishi? Oof, we should play together. You won't get better unless you play every day, you know. You know how to play Mahjong, Mayabara-kun? Oh, he knows how to play, doesn't he? He's a pretty good player, too. Literally everyone is here. Who are we missing? Camera guy, spooky girl. We're missing those two people who we haven't seen in a while. We haven't seen them in many hours. Perhaps we really should start playing Mahjong in our club now.
We should go and crush every Mahjong parlor in the city.
Oishi-san thinks I'm an experienced player since I was practicing Tsubamegaishi the other day. Why do people misunderstand me all the time? Wait, is that a gun on her shoulder? Yeah, it is. It's like, I don't understand the gun. She has it with her all the time, but it is never mentioned and never used. So I'm assuming it's like just for decoration or it's like a fake gun. Because it's never used or even talked about. People are like, hey, don't have a gun in here. They just don't even notice it. It's crazy. It's actually crazy. By the way, Mayabara-kun, I heard about that case. What case? About what you're planning to do tomorrow evening. A few of my staff members and I are going there as well. Takano-san and Tomitaki-san are coming too. Can't bring that many people, but I hope you'll let us join you. That's so nice of you. Thank you so much. Every person counts.
Irie.
Sorry that we can't do much to help her, but we still want to do something. This is what Takano-san suggested.
Takano?
Yes. She wanted to help somehow. She feels bad that she wasn't able to assist you the other day. Oh, are you talking about that rumor? The one saying that Mayabara-san's become the leader of a protest group or something? Oh my god, it's really going around the freaking town. Oh my god, that's amazing. Even you know about it. You know about Satoko? Of course he does. He's very sensitive to rumors inside the village. Haha, it's only my job. I'm very aware of what's going on with Satoko-san. Oishi-san, what do you think about her case? Oishi-san is, after all, a police officer. Could he maybe have an option other than going to the child consultation center? I also think that going to the consultation center is the smartest thing to do. Then you're also saying there's no way to save her before something happens? We'd probably do the same. We meet up with him and tell him not to harm her. Sure, a professional social worker can do a better job than that, though. They take care of these abuse cases better than the police can. The police only takes action after something happens. The child consultation center can make a move before it does. Be a lot easier for us if we could arrest criminals before they commit crimes. I mean, they can. Yeah. However, we need to be very careful about whom we arrest, you know. We don't want to lose our jobs. In that sense, there's nothing wrong with them saying that they want to wait and see for a while.
Meep.
Well, I don't think the child consultation center is being unreasonable. However, it must seem terrible from the point of view of those who know Satoko-san and Teppei-san. There's a dystopian movie about that. I heard. What is it called again? I don't think I've seen it, but I've heard about it. Oishi-san was exactly right. We must be assuming that we're overreacting by making such a big fuss. It's only been a couple of days since he took her away. That mindset can create huge problems. Sure, they're going to call him tonight because we told him that she's been missing school for 3 days. They'll ask him why she hasn't gone to school.
Teppei might beat her up for that.
I don't know. However, he continues to keep her home after the phone call. Child consultation center will probably make a move. I think they'll talk to him about it.
So she might
come to school tomorrow? That's possible. Teppei can't stay in Okinomiya for some reason. That's why he needs to stay in Satoko's house. Sure, he doesn't want any further trouble. The movie is called Minority Report. I need to look that up. I've always wanted to watch that one, because I've heard about it so much. There's also an anime about something similar. I don't know if you've seen... It's like, quote-unquote, an old anime. It's called Psychopaths. It's like you can measure someone's sanity levels, so they just, like, imprison people who have high insanity levels. So you just assume that they're gonna commit a crime. And that usually takes care of things. It's a really cool anime, though. He can't stay in Okinomiya for some reason? That's right, for some reason. I heard that he kind of had some kind of money-related trouble. You don't know about that, Sonozaki-san. I have no idea. I don't know what you're talking about. That's crazy. What do you mean, Mion? There's a reason he wants to stay in Satoko's house? Well, yeah. Teppei has money issues, so he can't live in Okinomiya anymore. He's hiding out in Hinamizawa until the trouble brews over. And he should hide somewhere alone. Why would he try and drag Satoko-chan into this?
You want Satoko as your maid, right? It's the same thing.
Oh, frig. No! That's not right. Maids are about love. There is love behind my desires. I'm totally against violence. A master should treat his maid with love. Well, at least he's about love and not abuse, I guess. Let's just ignore that pervert for a moment. So Oishi-san, you think there's no choice but to let the child consultation center take care of it? I think that's the most realistic plan. There are certain steps that you need to follow. When you take a piss, you go to the toilet and pull down your zipper. If you don't follow those steps, it ends in disaster. Oh my god. That's a gross way to put it, you disgusting old man. I'm sorry I can't help you. But I do find Satoko-san's case unfortunate. I hope that everyone gets to have a happy ending. The Child Consultation Center is going to make their decision regardless. What you guys are doing isn't against the law either. What you're doing, Mayabara-san, is not a mistake. Don't give up. Do all you can do. I'll support you too. Thank you very much. We went there yesterday and today. We're gonna go there tomorrow too. I believe we can save her as long as we don't give up. 3 days in a row, huh? Already took 20 people with you today. You're going to take that many tomorrow, too? Gage-chan is really talented when it comes to stuff like this.
You'll be surprised. There's going to be 60 people tomorrow.
My, that's amazing. See you becoming an active labor union leader when you grow up. The head of our union is pretty deplorable. Yeah, Keiichi would be good at that. At that moment, I heard someone clapping. It was almost 9 p.m. The meeting was over. Everyone returned to the seats and listened to each section's head's report on what they discussed. You're incredible, Keiichi-kun. You know so many people from the village. But there are even more people I don't know. Are you sure? You're talking with so many of them. I really am impressed. They're such nice people. Maybe I should be more involved with them too. You should. Hinamizawa is all about helping each other. I know you're busy with your work, but you should be involved as much as you can. I'm going to talk with your mother about that, I think. That's it for today's meeting. That's it for the meeting today. Next meeting is... oh, tomorrow. See you all then. It'll be the last major meeting before the festival. Thank you for coming today. German, will you give us some closing remarks? No, it's fine. Let's just go home and get some drinks. That's it for now. See me tomorrow at the same time. Thank you. Whoa, ha ha ha. Everyone laughed at Mayor Kimiyoshi's closing remarks. We finished cleaning up, and everyone began filing out of the building. Even though it was a weekday, some of them were going out for drinks. I asked my dad to go along with them. My dad isn't an ordinary worker. He can sleep in if he wants to, as long as he makes his deadlines. Keiichi, they want me to come for a drink, so I'm going, okay? Sure, have fun. I'm heading home now. Going home alone was kind of sad, so I thought I'd walk home with Mion. But she was still lingering at the meeting talking with the mayor and other important people. She was probably busy, the festival being so near. So I contemplated whether to wait for her or not. Oishi-san came up to me. Good job at the meeting. How did you get here? I can give you a ride home if you want. I came here on my bike. Plus, I'm waiting for Mion. I see. You'll be waiting for a while, though. They're discussing the trouble they had with the refreshment booth team. Trouble with the refreshment booth team? Seems like such a fun festival, but they still have some issues, huh? Oh, yes. It's hard to make adjustments this late. Shaved ice and yakisoba are always popular, so everyone wants to do those. It would be a problem if all the booths sold yakisoba, right? They need to make those kinds of adjustments so there will be a variety of booths, but people get upset when they have to run a booth that's not going to make much money, you know? They suggest running booths in rotation every year, but some people don't have enough staff to do certain kinds of booths, and other people claim their yakisoba is better than everyone else's. They also fight about locations and who to hire, etc., etc. I had no idea that the preparations for a festival were so complicated. Everything needs adjustments. It sounds like boring adult talk for a young man like yourself. But adjustments are necessary to make things go smoothly. What you're doing at the Child Consultation Center is a secret adjustment, in a way. Satsuko-san and Teppei-san don't even know about it. I guess. You may be right. We have no choice but to raise our voices. That's the only option we've got. No, I'm proud to see you doing something like this. If I was your age, all I'd be able to think of is attacking him in the dark. Can we, flashback? Can we flashback to when Keiichi murdered him? That was so nice. Can we go replay that chapter? That was so nice. That was amazing. That was... oh my god. Is it bad that I love when terrible things happen? I'm on the roller coaster right now, and I'm going I'm going up, waiting for it to go down. I'm just freaking waiting, and it's taking forever, and my heart is freaking pounding. Oh my god. Something is going to happen, and someone is going to die. Evil or vamps. It's not evil, I got nothing. I got no back to that. Man. Oishi must have had no other plans. He stuck around while I waited for Mion. There was no one else around at that time of night. I would have felt pretty lonely if he hadn't been there with me. I'm glad Oishi stayed to chat. Talked about Mahjong for a while. Its theory, techniques, and history. I rarely talked with a guy his age, so it was very interesting for me. It's nice to interact with people from a different generation sometimes. He's also a police officer. Secretly hoping he'd give me a hint about how to save Satoko. In any case, I had to wonder what was taking Mion so long. By the time Oishi-san had finished his second cigarette, I started to think that maybe I should just head home for the night. Thinking when I head home, Mion was taking too long. Something big to take care of after school tomorrow. Going to the child consultation center, you mean? Yeah. I'm gonna fight until they come up with a plan to save Satoko. Consistency is important. This is all we can do. Oishi-san smiled upon hearing my passionate words. But the child consultation center understands your point by now. You know, there's a limit to what you can do. It's important to know when to quit. If you go too far, it would only make things more complicated. But I can't just let Satoko suffer. Of course you can't. I'm sure the child consultation center won't leave her be either. They will help her. They might help her, but probably only after she gets hurt. If Satoko suffers irreversible mental trauma, it'll be too late. Oishi took out his third cigarette. That meant he was going to stay here until he finished it. I didn't feel like waiting here with him, though. I just wanted to go home and relax so I could prepare for tomorrow. I'm going home now. You know, Mayabara-san, there's something I wanted to tell you. The tone of his voice had changed slightly. Is this it? Something happened? Whatever it was, it sounded important. I stopped and turned around back around to face him. Actually, you see, I don't think you should go to the child consultation center tomorrow. You've made your point already. But we need to do this so we can save Satoko. They aren't getting how urgent the situation is. We have to make even more of a fuss, if that's what it takes for them to understand. It will make a bigger impact if we go there 3 days in a row. You're trying to show them every courtesy, huh? But you know, Mayabara-san, sometimes you should just let sleeping dogs lie. What is he saying? What is he saying? What? What is he saying? Is he saying like something? Yeah, literally. Is he saying that something bad is going to happen? Is he saying that we're gonna get like arrested? Because like I do get what he's saying about going too far. You don't want to go too far because you're gonna make the opposite of your point. You know? But sometimes you have to go too far. I was thinking about this. I was like, is this too much? 60 people? I don't know. What? Let me make this clear. This isn't a warning from the police, and no one told me to tell you this. I'm just giving you advice as your Mahjong friend. The word advice didn't sound pleasant at all. I felt myself frowning involuntarily. Do you know what the child consultation center is thinking? You guys showed up 2 days in a row, and you brought 20 people with you today. They're all afraid you'll show up again tomorrow. Then why don't they just listen to us? Hope they're not planning to build a barricade so we can't get in the building tomorrow. No, they won't do that. Their job is to listen to these claims. They'll accept anyone who's come to make an appeal. Can't stop you from coming no matter how many times you show up. They know that too. So they need to take care of the matter before you even bring more people to cause even more trouble. You mean, have they already made the decision to save Satoko? Not quite. They've started making secret adjustments, so you can't come by to pressure them anymore. What do you mean? They made a secret adjustment, so I couldn't bother them anymore? I felt confused. And then Oishi-san said something that almost sounded like a line from a political drama. These officials sometimes act a bit like the Yakuza. They don't want their badge disrespected. It's normal for them to ignore opinions opposing the decisions they've made, even if they realize their office is in the wrong. So if they listen to us, other people will come to their office to get their cases taken care of. Exactly it. They don't want people changing their decisions. They will listen to your appeal, but they'll never change their stance unless there's something odd going on. Plus, this time Satoko-san's case is nothing special or noteworthy to them. He may have taken her away from where she lived, but it's a legal act, since he has parental rights. Unlike the parent without custody forcing his child to live with him. For all, he's the only blood relative she has. There's nothing, legally speaking, that prevents them from living together. But that's not the case with Satoko and her uncle. You know that too. You know how violently he abused her last year. That was last year. Child Consultation Center can't do anything about it if he tells them that he feels remorse over what happened then. And more than anything, Satoko told them that he's not abusing her. That's because last year Satoko relied on her brother, and she deeply regrets overburdening him. As far as she's concerned, seeking help feels like she's betraying her brother. I see. Might be very difficult to persuade the Child Consultation Center in that case. Well, anyway, for reasons like that, the setter can't understand why you and your group is pressing this issue so hard. We're just trying to let them know that Teppei is a very violent person and that we can't let Satoko stay with him. But why? You weren't here in Hinamizawa last year. I don't think you know much about Teppei-san. Why are you so sure that he's dangerous? That was a hard question to answer. He was right. I didn't know much about Teppei. I'd never even seen his face. But I just know. Way back in a different world, I didn't save Satoko. I just stood by and never seen the world where Satoko was irreversibly broken. We all cried and regretted it. Couldn't explain that to Oishi though. A friend said understood my premonition. But it's weird for someone to be so aggressive just based on what he saw in his imagination. I mentioned it earlier, but sometimes a divorced couple battles for the custody of their child. The couple can sue each other. Sometimes their relatives sue the couple too. Some of them decide to sue their partner, not for the child, but just because they hate them. This case is a bit similar to something like that. No, it's not! No, it's freaking not! Oishi! Oishi! You're supposed to be on our side. Looks as though you're taking the actions you are because you hate Teppei Hojo. Talk Consultation Center needs to determine if you're doing this out of hate or out of genuine concern towards Satoko-san. Not all people go to the center out of goodwill like you. They can only make a decision after carefully determining if the information given by the petitioner is genuine or not. You need to understand that. That's also what I was thinking. It's like they can't, like, soon 1 a.m. and I have to wake up quite early tomorrow, so unfortunately I have to leave. That's okay. Thank you for stopping by, though. You have a wonderful night. Have wonderful dreams, not filled with horrible things like Higurashi. It's like, we're ending at a pretty decent note, so... GN. So you're saying that because I was too direct with them, they've mistaken my appeal as one born of ill will? No, you don't have to worry about that. Just please try to understand that they have to evaluate it carefully. They put a child under protection every time they got a report, the nation would carry out of control. That's right. I think there was a passage in the civil law book center There was a passage in the civil law book the center showed us that first day. Family or the prosecutor must make an appeal to the family court. Family issues have to be resolved within the family. An outside appeal might move the center to take action, but an outsider can't tell them how to respond. When it comes to that, Satoko's only family is her uncle. Unless Satoshi randomly shows up and saves the day. Since her uncle obviously wasn't going to do anything about this, Satoko would have to seek help on her own. But Satoko is denying that she's being abused at all. This isn't going anywhere. Consultation Center is simply hoping that you'll give up. They have other cases that need more urgent attention. But they're not sure yet if they should ask you to give up. That's what I wanted to tell you today. What? What do you mean? I don't get it. My Bara-san, when you visited them today, did they treat you better than yesterday? Yeah, a bit. We were taken to a bigger room and the manager came to see us too. You might think that the manager is ranked just a little bit above the regular staff members. However, his position is as high as that of a section chief in a regular company. It's very difficult to achieve that position. The person you talked to today is actually a very powerful man, more than you can imagine. It's not normal for them to do that. The manager normally never shows up for a consultation. You need to recognize that the treatment you got today was a very special one. It never seemed that special to me. I thought we were taken to a big room because we went in with more people. Rena told them to adjust to us. Because you're so well organized, they're suspecting you're not the actual leader, that the Sonozaki family are the ones behind this movement. Sure, you know how powerful the Sonozaki family in this village is. I do. It has nothing to do with the Sonozaki family. We're simply fighting to save our friend. Mion hasn't even mentioned her name. That's what the Child Consultation Center wanted to know. It's their normal routine to politely refuse a huge crowd of petitioners. However, things would be different if this was Odio Sonozaki-san's idea. Odio-san holds great sway in the city's government. No one can go against her wishes. I'm aware that Mion's grandmother is very powerful, but that has nothing to do with this. In order to make that clear, the local government officials have approached the Sonozaki family in secret. They met Odio-san and asked her about this case. They're going to take action if they find out that it was her idea. But they soon discovered otherwise. So, they're not going to take any action anymore? It's not just that. Odio-san is now aware that there's a commotion going on within the village. Not sure if you're aware of this, but some people in the village still hold a grudge against the Hojo family, traitors of the dam conflict. Ever since the curse of Yashiro-sama, Sonozaki family has been telling people not to interact with the Hojo family. You might wake up a sleeping dog if you continue to make all this noise. I see. Okay. Bruh, his Sonozaki obsession. Yeah. I get it though. I get it. Family very strong, very powerful. What happens if I wake the dog up? I don't know. Why she paused for a while and drew on a short cigarette. I'm not saying you'll be threatened or that they will hurt you. However, you just moved here. You're starting to get to know people from the village. Soon enough, you might get to see the underside of this place. The issues between the Hojo family and the Sonozaki family, well, village-wide matters may have been slightly taboo in our group, but we may have to go down that road now. The fact that we haven't gotten any support from the adults, except for the school teachers and Irie. Other adults in the village must know what happened between Satoko and Teppei last year. They all understand that it would be a disaster if they don't rescue Satoko as soon as possible. However, no adult came forward to help us. To continue our movement, will the people who hate the Hojo family become our enemies too? That's possible. Sonozaki family may get involved if you continue this commotion. You could say that the Sonozaki family is anti-Hojo. You try to save Satoko-san using people from Hinamizawa. That shows huge disrespect towards the Sonozaki family. It could create a huge problem. At that point, I knew. This was a warning, not just advice. An ignorant young man in Himizawa was making noise, trying to wake up a sleeping dog. I know you've taken a liking to this place, and that you're really doing your best here. That's why. Thought I should let you know about this. Sorry if I upset you. I love Hinamizawa. I've made a decision to make this place my home. I'm motivated about the big job I got for the festival too. Would it really be wise for me to try and create all this trouble? I'm just speaking as your friend, nothing more. I'm not trying to threaten you or anything like that. I'm not trying to make you do anything you don't want to do. I just wanted to give you this information. Oishi smiled at me, and stomped on his cigarette. Thought I just made the decision to do what was right. But was that only the stupid idea of an ignorant little boy? I need to grow up right now and think about this again? Dark clouds hung over my heart. But, wait a minute. Did that mean I didn't even have the courage to risk losing something? Was I not brave enough to save Satoko after all? I had to be the red fire. I couldn't give up, even if everyone else did. I had to fill other people with the righteous flames just like I was. What's the matter? What a bold smile you're wearing right now. Thank you for the valuable advice, but I can't give up, no matter what you tell me. I won't stop even if the whole world tells me to. Even if the whole world is against you, huh? You're a stronger man than I thought. The whole world is telling me that I'm making a mistake. I'll have to stop and reevaluate myself. However, I've already talked about Satoko's case with my friends over and over again. This isn't just my idea. I'm confident that our decision is the very best one to make. Ah, that's crazy. It's because, like, they always talk about, like, this wasn't just my idea. I'm not alone in thinking this way. Because if he was alone in thinking this way, then we'd be in a different arc right now. And different things would have happened, you know? Like, he says himself, I'll stop and reevaluate myself if the whole world is telling me that he's making a mistake. But it's so crazy, like, that happened. You know? It happened. And he didn't stop and reevaluate himself. So it's like, oh my god, I freaking love this game so much. It's so good. At the end of the day, I do get it, but what the freak? Who cares? Help Satoko, she's just a girl. People care. If there's someone in your community, especially as tight-knit as this, and someone needs help, they will rally together for it. I mean, I lived in a huge city, huge. So I don't really have that sense of community like they do. But if I did have a sense of community, and I was very tight with everyone, and everyone knew each other, and everyone's friends, whatever the heck, and one of them needed help, I would help them, you know? Even if I didn't know her, if she was a part of the same town, I'm helping, you know? It's like meeting someone in the wild who goes to the same high school you did. It's like, oh, you have that instant community connection. Community is so huge with, like, people's relationships with each other. And, like, strength and whatever the heck. It's just ingrained in people. Even if they don't have a community. If they get one, they'll get it. You know? Like, all the petitions and, what's it called? You know, the things that they put up and they're like, please help my so-and-so's in the hospital. People help. People help because they relate, they get it, and they feel like they're a part of the same community. You know? So, I get it. And I think this is very believable. Because things like this have happened in the past. 100% have. Even with random little girls. That, like, before, I think it was, like, around when Amber Alerts started to become a thing in the US. That so many people rallied together to find one girl, you know? So many people who didn't even know her, but just knew her from a picture and wanted to help her. And they did. So it's like, I don't know, it's not that unbelievable to me. But that much community can also come with some dangers, so, you know. It is. I think Higurashi does a great job at it. Higurashi does such a good job at it, showing both the good side and the dark side of having that community. Because, like, way in the beginning and all the question arcs, it was all about how horrible it was that everybody was so close. You know? Because he felt like an outsider. He wasn't in with the community, therefore he needed to be, like, eliminated. Because he was different, you know? But now that he's a part of the community, he sees the pros. And sees all the good in it that community can do when you're a part of it, you know? It's crazy. It's crazy. Wait, did I read that last part, or did I just skip it? Yeah. I'm confident that our decision is the very best one to make. I agree with you, my bar-san. Young people like you tend to make hasty and dangerous decisions. However, all of you are being very rational about this. Making democratic appeal. Just like Dr. Idia was saying, there's nothing wrong with your methods. I know. I'm positive that we're not making any mistakes. Doing our best to save our friend. We're not going to give up just because we feel threatened. We are her true comrades. I have faith in us, even if the rest of the world doesn't. That's what friendship is all about. You have a strong will. Not even my detectives are as strong as you are. Oh my god, I want to see Detective Rena. Police, I mean, you could do police officer. Police Keiichi. Oh my god. And they're like teammates and they go together all the time and they solve crimes. Oh my god, I love them so much. I love them so much. They're my little sons and daughters. Oh my goodness gracious. Oishi-san gave me a wicked grin of admiration. I could tell from that grin. He wasn't trying to pressure me at all. He was exactly the opposite of that. He had shared this information with me to confirm that I was ready to face his challenge. I didn't even have to consider whether his words were advice or a warning. Every man has many things he wants to keep believing in, even if others don't share that belief. Of course, it's important to listen to advice with sincerity. Some beliefs you still can't turn away from. That's what being a man is all about. I also have a strong will, you know? About 5 years ago, a person who was like that, like a brother to me, was killed. Oh my god, we're getting Oishi lore? I don't think we've heard this. We're getting Oishi lore. Let's freaking go! Oh, frick! And it happens so often in our schools. Every so often the community held hamburger stands and stuff to gather money for those who are in need of surgery and stuff. And everyone calls everyone. That's so nice! Hamburger stands? So they get hamburgers too? So they get to help someone and get hamburgers. That's great. Also rip Kumagai. Yeah, of course. Of course, who freaking cares? Also rip that other detective guy that I can't remember his name. Is that Kumagai? No, his name is different. The one that went off because his wife is actually still alive and actually left freaking Rika. He should come back. He needs to come back. I thought he was gonna stay here and help, but I guess not. But he has to be coming back because he'll be there for the Watanashi festival. Oh my god. Everything is ramping up. Everything is ramping up. That was Akasaka. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. Who's freaking Kumagai then? Is Kumagai some other guy in the police force? But the case was declared solved, but I'm continuing an investigation alone because I suspect there's another person in control behind the scenes. Department told me that I was wasting my time. Oh, wait. Wait a second. That first guy who died, from the quote-unquote curse, was Oishi's friend. Good friend. Kumagai is Oishi's returning underling detective, right? He doesn't have a sprite. That's why I don't remember him. If he had a sprite, maybe. Department told me I was wasting my time. They told me to stop. But just like you, I can't give up. Are you getting close to finding out who did it? I don't know about that. Anyway, your resolve is that strong. There's nothing for you to fear. Follow through on your beliefs. I'm not often threatened to show more restraint if I want to keep my full retirement pay to myself, but I've never given in. It's a lot of things we men can't convey without being unwavering. My, exactly right. Can't give up no matter how risky it will be. It's important to pursue your goal, even if you end up playing into their hand. That's what being a man is about. If you're going down, then go down fighting. You're right. Waffling between whether to go or go back isn't the attitude of a real man. That's how a man should be. We bumped our fists together, reaffirming that real men are the same regardless of their generation. That's great. It wouldn't be a simple road to saving Satoko, but I was never going to give up. I was going to save her. I had no doubts about that. Aw, frick, it's still happy. It's still happy. Why is it still happy? Frick. I just wanna... Oh, heck. We have more tips. Heck. Frick. Oh, God, Lord have mercy. What are these tips about? No relation. Please hold on a moment. I'll get her. Audio-san, someone from the municipal government is calling. Oh, hello. Hello, Sonozaki-san. This is Aida from the municipal government. Thank you very much for the ohagi the other day. You're quite welcome. Thank you for your work at the culture festival. Also for providing that large parasol. How much does that thing cost? We use it every year, so we might as well buy one ourselves. We borrowed that one from a teacher. Checked out the price, but the domestically made ones cost about 200,000 yen. Also found one made in China, and it's less than half the price. I don't care if it's made in China or not, just get one so we don't have to cause any more trouble for the teachers. We're actually ordering it already. Once it arrives, you might want to take a look at it and make a final decision. Also, we've been holding the same Edo-style tea ceremony for the past 3 years. We should probably get an instructor from a different style. Oh wait, is that her talking? Can you look for a new instructor for next year? Oh, I see. Well, will do, ma'am. We'll find a different tea ceremony instructor. About that, advisor. I had something else to ask you about. And here's me going on about a parasol, so what do you need? We're wondering if you heard anything about the case of Satoko Hojo-san in Himizawa. Satoko Hojo? Huh? Talking about that blasted Hojo girl? What did she do? Well, she's recently moved in with her uncle. She's being abused, apparently. Have you heard anything about it? Her uncle? Satoko's being abused? I've never heard anything like that. Oh, well, if you don't know, that's okay. Tell you the truth, someone from Himizawa came to petition to the Child's Consultation Center. According to the center, that petitioner was very persistent. The manager felt like it was better to talk with you. He already knew about it. I don't know anything, and I don't care. Why would I do anything for that pitiful child? Sonozaki family has nothing to do with this. Have you heard anything about it from the town council? No. What are you saying? Kimiyoshi was helping that blasted Hojo child. Then the Sonozaki family would know about it. Who's petitioning the Child Consultation Center? I heard some of her classmates were there. Well, as far as I know anyway. Guess it's just something that our classmates are doing, and the village has nothing to do with it? Of course not. I don't know anything. The village has nothing to do with Satoko. Contents of this conversation were forwarded to the Child Consultation Center. Audio wasn't behind the commotion, and they had no need to take this case seriously. God. Is this really the final hurdle they need to get around? Is making Audio put the freaking past behind her? Manager told his staff to listen to what the petitioners have to say, but to never say anything promising the girl's safety. Keiichi Maibara-kun, huh? Guess a boy like that will grow up to be a political advocate in the future. Oh, that's so freaking depressing. We're getting all the depressing stuff from the tips. Let go of the past, help the Satok. It's true. Sending the brat back. God. It'd be 3 days since he told her to stay home. Got another call from that annoying teacher again, so he yelled at her and hung up the phone. That woman is too persistent, Teppei thought. Won't give up that easily. He was sure that she'd call the Child Consultation Center again. The biggest reason why Teppei refused to let Satoko go to school was his fear that she'd seek help when going there. She pretended like nothing was wrong when the social worker from the Child Consultation Center showed up. That was only because he was right beside her. She'd probably betray him as soon as she got her chance. Then the consultation center would show up immediately. No, maybe even the police would come and get him for assaulting Satoko. One of his friends had told him that the consultation center works with the police sometimes. Teppei had a lot of weight on his shoulders. If the police came, they'd end up questioning him about the other trouble he was involved in. He couldn't let that happen. All he needed was money. Teppei could leave this awful village behind as soon as he found his brother's bank book. Teppei usually stayed at home, and he found the way the other villagers looked at him unpleasant. When playing mahjong with his friends, he played it at Satoko's house. Mahjong requires at least 4 people. Teppei couldn't get that many people to come over. He just stayed at home alone and watched TV instead. Started using his ample free time to sniff around the house for his treasure. Satoko ended up cleaning the mess we made. Besides, it wasn't his home anyway. What did it matter to him how much furniture he broke? He cleared out the closet and went up to the attic. He also pulled out all the chests and searched them thoroughly. His wife had been a pretty clever woman. She must have hid it somewhere very unusual. Or she took it and left, which is, I think, what she did. He messed up the whole first floor. Went up to the second floor to search some more. Next moment, Satsuko went and tried to tackle him. What? Aww.
Not Nini's room.
What the hell?
No, you can't go inside Nini's room.
Teppei immediately assumed that she was hiding the bank book in there. He threw her off and forced his way inside the room. However, Satoko tried to stop him with all of her might. It was amusing for Teppei to see Satoko resist him to that extent. It also surprised him a little. He asked her why she didn't want him to go into Satoshi's room.
That room belongs to Nini. Nini will be hurt if he comes home and sees his room destroyed.
You don't want me in there just because it's your brother's room? I don't even know if he's still alive.
Nini is alive. He will come back home. What? Don't destroy his room.
What are you saying? I'm not going to destroy the room. I'm just trying to clean it up. Why do you have to save this room for someone who's not here anymore? I need to clean it up.
No, you can't. Whoa, Nini. Whoa.
The hell? You really don't want me to go inside, huh? Satoko's crazed behavior concerned him that he should stop provoking her for the moment. While Teppei was very talented at threatening people, despair makes cowards courageous. He ignored Satoko and tore apart the room. She might just run away. He didn't want Satoko to be nearby. He also couldn't let her run loose. Fine then. You promise to be a good girl, I won't go inside this room. Alright? Got it?
Yes.
But if you make me mad, I'm gonna rip this room apart. You escape from this house or tell people about what's happening. Everything in there is gonna end up in the garbage. Get it?
Yes, thank you for giving me a chance.
Teppei was sure the bank book was inside Satoshi's room. Satoko would lose it if he went inside. He wasn't pleased about the promise he made with her, but at least it would keep Satoko under control. It might not hurt him to send her off to school. If he kept her home again tomorrow, that teacher might come to the house with the police in tow. It's only keeping her at home because he was afraid that Satoko would talk to other people. If he wasn't going to do that, it'd be better for him to send her to school. He could sneak in Satoshi's room while she was out. Satoko, you've been a good girl, so I guess your cold is all better now. Oh my god, so I guess your cold is all better now. Go back to school tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
He was the one who told her to say thank you whenever he gives her approval to do something. But it annoyed him to hear her say it over and over. Get out of my sight, you little brat. Ugh, you're so annoying. It's so interesting to see the behind the scenes of what happened in chapter 3. You know? So I really think the man that Keiichi killed wasn't Teppei. It was somebody who, like, looked like him, or he literally just hallucinated the entire thing. Because this is what was actually happening, you know? Behind the scenes. So, it makes sense that she went back to school after day 3. Because now, he actually had something to hold over her that she cared about. She obviously didn't care about herself. But she cares about that. And of course, he's gonna hold that against her. Oh, frick, the music. Copyright. That's crazy. I want to keep going, but I'm tired. It's past midnight. Maybe this is obvious, but it seems like Teppei doesn't have much respect for his late brother. Oh no, not at all. He does not care. The only thing he seems to care about is his wife and himself. His wife, who stole the money and left him. Crazy, huh? Crazy. And the reason that she left, I can't remember, but we got told about it in a hint. She was just told to leave, I think, by somebody. I can't remember. But yeah, crazy. Yeah, what time is it in Norway? 12:12. Make a wish, everybody. Yeah, I'm past midnight now, but I pray that Satoshi comes home safe and sound and everything is resolved. I wish upon the 12:12 clock. We'll see if that happens. But as always, Higurashi is very, 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 very good. Good job, Higurashi. I love you so much. And make sure to save. As always. Because I didn't save last time. But, I guess that'll be it for today. Because I don't want to push it too hard. In the first chapter, I'm not lost. Yeah, this one was actually very straightforward. No supernatural business, no spirits, no paranoia, whatever. It was fairly simple. Oh, my kitty's going on again. Okay. But, thank you guys for hanging out with me and going through the wonderful Higurashi journey with me. Have a good day. Or have a good bite. And I'll see you guys next time, whenever that is. Bye! Yeah, good night, YouTube people! Goodbye!